Fantastic Demons. Are we live? Oh shit.
That was wicked.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh my God. Welcome to another HFD podcast. Myself, KP, the big man, Chris C. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
He was
good. I've been
exercising the demons. I like that. That was wild.
Didn't Jim Carrey say that in a movie? I'm pretty
In
sure.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I reckon that's one of the best comedies up there.
It is, man. The first one's amazing movie. Yeah.
Even the second one.
Second one's
the
good.
second one's funny as.
Second one's funny as too. Yeah.
I think the storyline's better in this first one, but
yeah, but the second one is funny.
I think it's very funny.
Yeah, I agree.
Shikaka.
The first one has more serious elements to it.
It does.
It does. Yeah.
It does.
So we got Reebs in the chat. We got GT23 in the chat, all saying hello. Reebs, first message of the night was a high five by Reebs, or a pray.
Welcome, Reebs. Welcome, GT23.
Whatever you want to take it as.
It's good to have you guys on board.
Good. And Chris C says hello there.
Hello there.
Is that you, Chris C, or the other Chris C?
No, it's me.
That's you? I thought that might have been your cousin again. He hasn't been here in a while.
No, he hasn't.
I haven't seen him in a while.
No, he hasn't. But it's good to be back. You know, last night we had the AFL podcast. It was a big hit. It was good to get back and talk about footy. And it was Johnny G was on fire last night. And it was a good night. Thanks for everyone that rocked up last night.
It was good.
It was a good night.
I noticed GT every time we spoke about West Coast Eagles, he was.
So is he a Freo fan? I'm guessing.
I noticed every time we spoke about West Coast, he was inconspicuously missing from the chat.
So West Coast, like a lot of people in this group, don't like West Coast. I can't stand West Coast.
Yeah, but I've told my reasons why I hate them. Going back, 1997.
Yeah, I know why. Because of
prelim, Worsfold put his knee through Modra,
yeah.
and he missed the finals because of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, what was I at the time? I was young. I was 12, I think.
Yeah.
And I was devastated that Modra missed the grand final, man. Like every Crows fan probably was. I was devastated. When Modra was going to miss the grand final, my dad was saying, we're done.
Yeah.
We're not going to win. Because he was he was God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He should have won the premiership.
Yeah, definitely.
I hate him because we couldn't beat them for I reckon
for a while.
I reckon last year was the first time we beat them at Adelaide Oval. Now we used to beat them over there. I don't know why. We beat them over there in WA,
but not here.
So and then they killed that final with Shuey.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was devastating. So, and then the following year, same thing. 1 point, last kick of the.
You remember those teams, don't you? They burn. They give you a stigma.
They do, and it does hurt. It does suck, but
it does.
But no, it was good to have all of the guys there, and
it was.
We'll be back on Friday night doing the watch along, and next week we'll be reviewing the whole round. So
you're going to do that again on a Tuesday, I'm guessing?
We will see. Maybe Wednesday.
Or one of the days. Anyway,
one of the days.
Yeah. That's killer.
We'll see how we go.
That's good.
We'll see how we go with where everyone's at. But probably Tuesday, I reckon.
GT says, I'll come clean. I am. I think he's saying he is he's a West Coast fan, I reckon. But he's saying I'll come. Maybe he's having a laugh.
Oh.
Maybe he's having a laugh saying, yeah, I'm actually Freo. I don't know. Not sure. I think he's a West Coast fan, he said.
Guys, I know you guys are AFL fans, so make sure you check out the tipping. KP, if you can.
Yeah, bring that up. So the tipping
you can bring it up.
Is here. I think most of the people here are in it, but if there's anyone new, that's the tipping comp. There's the website there, which is footytips.com.au/comps/HFD_footy_tips. And it's in the description. It's also in our Discord. So you can join that and it'll be great. I think we got, 18 people so far?
Yeah, there's 18 people. So there's $180 up for grabs.
So the HFD community is getting in there. And it starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow, guys. So if you want to be in on it, go to the link. And it should say inside there in the message I'll put on the wall my bank details. So you just send the $10 there.
Yep.
If you have any issues with that, please contact me on Discord or even Instagram. Let us know, and we'll give you the bank details again. But if you go on we did put a post on our YouTube channel with all the details as well. So Just a bit of fun, guys. You never know. You could be $180 richer.
$180
Yeah.
could go a long way, which could lead us into our topic tonight. An extra $180.
It could, but
you could
it could. And you know what else we can talk about? Johnny G's 10K. No, 10 bets.
All right, so
10K, $10,000 in 10 bets.
So John is going to be putting this on our
TikTok.
Our TikTok. Is it
page.
going to be going on Shorts as well? YouTube Shorts?
If you want.
I think we can, can't we? We can put it on both.
We can.
So anyway, he's going to make them. We can download them and put them
We can.
onto YouTube. But yeah, so this is going to be going on. I'll bring it up here.
Oh, what a face.
It's the best face ever.
That is the best face.
If you haven't joined our TikTok, guys, go on there, follow it. And John is going to be doing the 10K in 10 bets. So you're looking for double your odds every bet. And he's going to be doing it on the footy.
Yeah, so 2 to 1.
It could go over 4 or 5 weeks, but it's...
Yeah, normally they do it $10,000 in 10 days.
Yeah, because they do a bet every day.
Yeah, but we're going to be doing just footy. It's going to be the footy. So I reckon, I really think you can do it.
I think you can.
Well, get close anyway.
I have faith.
So, yeah, guys, if you want to follow that, make a bit of cash.
Yeah, I reckon you can do it.
Yeah.
I reckon you can do it.
Yeah. So, but we'll be posting those videos on TikTok.
What's he going to do?
He's going to wait till next week, though.
Yeah, that's what he said. But hopefully he puts them up early so people get in early.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will be good.
Yeah, probably like Thursday night or Friday.
So what we can do is hopefully what we'll do, guys, is Chris will try get them. When John puts them up, download them and put them on our YouTube as well so we can get them everywhere, which would be good. We can have them on Shorts and we can have them on TikTok.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can, that way it's good for everyone.
I'll make sure he films it.
We know some people don't use TikTok, some people don't use YouTube, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But it will be loaded on TikTok first.
Yeah, first. And then we'll just download and put them onto.
So yeah, guys, good luck if you do join that.
Yeah.
And don't forget, like, if you think that you got $5,000 in your hand, and if you don't want to bet it, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the 10K is ultimately you start with $10.
$10.
But see, you can do it if you want and start with $2 and try win 2K.
Correct.
You could start with $1 and try win 1K.
You could.
10K is just because you're going to start with $10.
You could start with $100
and try get 100K.
That's right.
That's right.
Or you can start off with 1,000 and try get 1 million.
Exactly. That's right. But then you've got to have pretty much balls of steel to put a bet down
on $1,000.
No, like when you've got, say you get to the 5th day and you've got 500 grand to put that bet down.
Yeah, would you do it?
Where the 10K, like the 5, I'd do it with the 10K, but imagine having 500K in your hand and you're putting it in other people's hands.
Big money, but as we always say, guys, gamble responsibly. That's what we say.
We do, but just do it.
Yeah.
It's not financial advice.
Well, we have to say that, just
Hey, it's not financial advice. It's not financial advice.
It does say on that graphic, gamble responsibly.
Yeah, it does. So, it does. Let's bring that up one more time, so we can see John's face.
Gamble responsibly in the corner there, as you can see.
We put that in white writing so we don't see it much.
John looks like he's happy there, all that money coming from behind him.
He's just still behind him.
That money tree, but... How you been, man?
Good, man. You?
I'm a bit tired, but, been busy, been walking on my days off. School pickup, school drop off, and work. A lot of work. I worked extra this week, so a bit tired, but
work's annoying.
I did have a good sleep last night.
You were saying that. You were saying I slept. It was good.
Yeah.
8 hours. You like? It was wild.
Because normally I get 6 hours.
Yeah.
So, I really felt because I worked 4:30 till 5 o'clock till 1 o'clock, and I got up about 3:30 in the morning. Not yesterday, the day before, and yeah, it was. I went for a walk afterwards, and I was dead, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk as I normally do, and this morning I woke up 8 hours sleep. And I was like
buzzing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. How's the soccer training going?
Yeah, soccer's good. We've in our games. We're playing games at the moment. Season will start in 2 weeks, I think. So we're in pre-season games. Getting fit, which is good.
That's good.
It's all about fitness at this point.
That's it. That's it, man. Do you think you're one injury away from retiring?
Depends what kind of injury.
Yeah, true.
Like a knee recon or something, yeah. would be. Like, remember Judd? He retired. He had a knee recon.
Yeah, let's knock on wood, man. Nothing like that happens. But yeah, man. Well, what are we here to talk about today? So it's an interesting topic.
We were talking about all this gambling, so we may as well talk about what we're here to talk about. So we're saying, because this pretty much applies to, I mean, everyone, almost every, let's say, common folk in every country, this pretty much applies to, doesn't it?
It does.
Is the cost of living, which could be anything, renting, mortgages, is the cost of living affecting you? And I mean, this could be, like I just said, it could be renting, it could be mortgages, it could be the price of groceries. Like the other day, just for example, I remember Jess pointed out to me, like a box of cereal, how much it was, Cocoa Pops, and it was like $11 or something for a box of Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, it's
seriously.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Look, I know that we felt it as a family. So, like, I've got 4 kids. I mean, the oldest is 20 or nearly 20.
Yeah.
So she's not as home as often because she's at her boyfriend's house. But, you know, to feed
4
all these,
kids.
to feed, you know, these many people in the house, myself, Amanda, and the 3 kids, 4 kids. It's hard. It's,
definitely.
And you go into the supermarkets now, in the last, I reckon the last 6 months, you're not seeing like, you used to see like little changes like, 10 cents there, maybe 5 cents there.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing like 50 cents to $1 or $2 hikes.
Well, I remember, I remember back in the day, you used to go to Macca's, right, and the cone was a 30-cent cone. And I remember when it went to 40 cents and everyone lost it.
What's it now?
Like $1.30 or something, aren't they? Like,
crazy.
Like something ridiculous. But I remember when it went up like to 40 cents, everyone was losing it.
Yeah.
Because it was like iconic. It was the 30-cent cone. You know what I mean? Hi, KP and Chrissy. How are you guys doing? And everyone in the live chat tonight. That's from Zakal.
Zakal, how you going,
And then
mate? Jess
is doing the eyes. I think Jess, maybe she was shocked because she said when you asked me about the one injury away from retirement.
She's like, ooh.
Hey. Maybe I'll just injure him. Nah, I'm not sure. I think it's...
No, maybe she's about the topic we're talking about.
Maybe. But yeah, listen, it affects everyone. I think anyone that's got a mortgage, for one, it will be affecting. And it will affect renters as well. Like it's...
Well,
which is pretty much everyone.
Interest rates have like not stopped going up since...
Jess is saying injury. She said the injury.
Oh, the injury. Yeah, well, interest rates haven't stopped going up. So like...
They haven't, and they're going to continue to go up.
They reckon that people that got like a $800,000, $900,000 mortgage are paying an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a fortnight, I think.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's
more
ridiculous.
than what they were paying before. So how much strain does that have? And the problem is, if you're on just a middle class wage, your wages aren't going up that quick.
No. See, that's why I said that to John earlier when he rang me because about the topic tonight, and he was talking to me when he was going to work. And I said, well, the thing is, I said, everything's going up except wages.
Right.
And then I said, for my industry, like let's say the tradies and that, like I'm in maintenance, the minute we put up our price, we're mercenaries. Yeah. Well, what are we meant to do? Wood's gone up, metal's gone up, everything's gone up, petrol's gone up, we've got to drive there, and we got to put up our price, and they're like, you're mercenaries, you're criminals.
Well, it's another thing, petrol.
Before you sound that, Rob, how you going? Rob is joined. He says, the devious companies reduce the size of the packets and keep the price the same, or worse, rebrand it, decrease packet size, glam up the packet itself, and increase the price by 10%. Which is, there you go. Like, and Amanda says, hi, HFD family. Jess says, hola.
Hey,
Amanda says, aloha. And Rob says, what's that? Bon notte. Rob's speaking... Rob is probably that guy that speaks like 7 languages.
Yeah, 100%. Well, he's Dr. Lazarus.
He's Dr. Lazarus. He has to. He knows like 12 languages. Dr. Lazarus knows all. He's the wise.
He does.
But yeah, like I think he made a real good point there, like about the packaging and stuff.
Well, you go to McDonald's, right? A Big Mac or even a quarter pounder, right? They used to be big.
Yeah, they're not
Right?
that anymore.
They're shrunk.
But
And
is that
they're
'cause
more,
we've-
and
is
they're more
that-
expensive.
Is that because we've gotten bigger?
No.
No, it's not.
I swear they'll be.
No, I'm just asking.
I reckon the Whoppers stayed relatively the
The
same.
Whopper's pretty big. Yeah, I agree.
I reckon they've stayed maybe
Yeah, I agree.
relatively the same. But Macca's, they've downsized their burgers, man.
Well,
Telling you now.
here's the point I was making. I think we were talking about it. The whole thing about McDonald's and that back when we were young was you go there because it was cheap, right?
Yeah.
We used to go, let's just say me and Jess, if we were young, we'll go, you and your partner go to Macca's. You get 2 meals for like 10, 11 bucks.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, it's probably 25, 26 bucks for 2 meals.
It's crazy.
That's ridiculous. Think about that.
Crazy.
That's doubled in price, more than doubled.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day, we used to get a meal and an extra cheeseburger, and it was still cheap. Now you don't get that extra cheeseburger because it's 50 bucks. It's true though. HJ's is the only place that have kept the size of the burgers. Fact, Amanda's saying.
Yeah, HR. There you go. So it does, yeah. But, I mean, to live comfortably, right, in this world right now, how much money do you reckon you would have to make just to
What's
just
comfortable?
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
What's considered
depends
comfortable?
what your expenses are. But if you want to be like, if you want to go out, enjoy life,
Travel
be able to
Own a
save,
house.
own a house,
in excess of 2 people, I think, in excess of probably like over.
at least over $4,000 a fortnight.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, say yearly, I reckon you both got to be making over, I don't know.
100K.
Yeah, I reckon. Both, let's say 80 grand each, easy.
Yeah.
And that's if you want to go do, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, what if you got kids and like you said?
It's
And,
hard, man. I mean, you know, people on this channel probably think we're millionaires.
listen,
You know what I mean? They probably
contrary to popular belief, we are not millionaires from HFD.
soon to be though.
Soon to be, yeah,
You know,
soon to be.
Soon to be millionaires, but
Remember the $2 meal? It was the small cheeseburger meal. That's the point. That's actually what I said to John. I said, remember, a cheeseburger used to cost $1. A Happy Meal was $2.95. You can't get a cheeseburger for $2.95 now.
no,
For like
you can't.
$3 something.
No, you can't.
So, what, that much in price? That's ridiculous.
It is a bit.
That's a lot,
ridiculous.
man.
No, it is. It is. It's.
Reborn saying hello to everyone. And he just woke up and he's saying hello. What a nice guy.
But like, you know, like, what do you think of the tax system? Like, I understand we get to get taxed. Like, I understand that, right? But income tax, like, you know, if you go work.
Well, listen,
right?
we got Rob in the chat who is probably better equipped than, you know what? It probably would have been a real good show to have Rob
It would have been great.
sitting here.
Well,
but
we can revisit it.
We can, but we only actually thought of this topic today.
Yeah, we did.
So, and that was thanks to Jess, actually.
We
She
did.
gave
Thanks,
us the idea.
Jess.
So, but yeah,
But
this question that you're about to ask, I know what you're going to say is, when we have him here, we can redirect this question to Rob, or he can mention it in the chat, but I'll let you continue.
Well, yeah. So the income tax, like, you know, you make $3,000 like in that fortnight or whatever week,
Yeah.
and then they rip out nearly $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, it's like fuck, like like it's just that $1,000 could go so far with what and then you look at what else they tax. They tax you on
Well,
everything.
Think about how
now.
many taxes there are. Just
And
there's
like-
GST, which is goods and service
All right,
tax,
that's
right?
fine. If you're gonna have GST, then like make the income tax less. Stamp duty. What the fuck is stamp duty?
Well, do you know? I think my dad was saying this house. I can't remember exactly, but I think he showed me the thing of when he bought the house. So it was like 17 grand or something, because he bought this house in 1970, something like that, just a bit after. And the stamp duty was $27.
That's how much it should be now.
Yeah, I agree. What's that? Is that you're paying for someone to stamp the
I
page?
don't know what. It's fucking
It's
stupid.
so stupid.
And now, like, that's the problem. Like, when people want to get like a house, they just can't afford to pay the stamp duty.
Yeah, it's
That's the
stupid.
problem.
I agree.
It's so
Yeah.
expensive.
It is silly, isn't it?
And so you're paying tax to buy a house.
I know
What?
it is silly.
But what for?
And you know what the worst thing about it is now? You know what cracks me up the most? You know, like when you own a house and stuff right now,
Yeah.
you own the house and you still got to get all this permission to do shit.
Yeah, I know. No,
You-
you don't really
Now,
own it.
yeah,
I
if you want to put an extension, let's say we want to build an extension to HFD Studio You got to go through all these plans,
I know.
pay all this shit
Yeah, I know. It's
to
bullshit.
put something on what's your so-called your property.
It's not.
No, obviously not, because
Because if they wanted to build a road through here, they could just buy you out.
100%.
So really,
And if you
do you
don't
own your
accept-
house?
Yeah, that's right. No, I agree. I've always thought that, because it's like you got to ask them for permission
Yeah,
to do shit to your own house.
yeah.
Why do you own that house if you can't do what you want with it?
Man. I don't know.
How is that a free country for one?
Yeah, that's correct. That's if you look at if you start looking closely
into
deep
it.
into it, you look at we're not really a free country.
No way.
Nah, not really.
No way.
Not really. I mean, we've got a free. We can do what we want, and you go for a walk or whatever, and leave your house. You're not
Yeah.
locked up, but once if you don't pay your taxes,
You're
you don't
done.
do this, you don't do. If you don't do certain things, they get taken away.
Yep.
How's that free?
No, I agree.
You don't
It
pay
just-
for you don't pay for your electricity bill. You got no lights.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not free.
No.
There's nothing free, man.
Sad, isn't it?
No, you have to work. You have to work your ass off until
Yeah.
you die to live in this society.
I'll read what Rob.
Unless you are smart and you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
generate wealth
Yeah,
somehow. Yeah.
I'll read what Rob wrote back to what we were saying. He said, "Big picture, cost to run the government must be collected through taxes, but it's how it's branded and packaged more."
I understand taxes. They need it. Yes.
Yeah.
To run the country, 100%. Right. But I don't know. Is it?
Well, Rob says this, issue 1, he said after, Australia has more MPs per capita than any other country.
Okay. So
Why is that though, Rob? Is there a
I don't
reason?
know.
Like, I'm asking Rob,
They
what?
should get rid of them. Why do we need all these MPs for?
Yeah, I don't get it.
And how come the politicians are getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Well, what I don't
For
get
what?
is,
What are they doing?
why does the Prime Minister, right, once you've been Prime Minister, why does he or she, why do they get a retirement fund of 300 grand a year every year after they've been Prime
Exactly,
Minister?
and that's our money, man. That's
Yeah,
our,
for what? What?
that's our tax
They're not Prime
money.
Minister anymore. Or whatever it is. I don't know if it's
This is
300
why
grand,
we
but
pay
why?
income tax, man, for these guys to fucking live
Rob
lavish
says
lives.
in issue 2, MPs make the decisions on their own salaries, which is right. And then he says increase GST, decrease income tax.
100%. That's what I think. I'm not against tax. Like, don't get me wrong. I think we should be there should be tax because then the government can fix stuff. But we're too high. The tax is too high, and people just can't afford it. Like, imagine you didn't have to pay as much income tax. How much more money you'd have
Of
in
course.
your pocket
Of course.
to be able to survive.
Of
Do
course.
you know what I mean? And and then if you try and earn more, then they slug you more.
Yeah, of course. UK doesn't have state governments staff. None, zero, Rob's saying.
So
They don't have state government staff. Like, it's just the federal.
is there
Like,
tax?
we've got federal government and state government
Yeah, that's right.
staff. He's saying they don't have state government staff at all.
Get rid of it.
That's interesting, yeah.
Maybe their tax is lower.
and then Reborn said, with a nice laughing face, he said, "But our MPs are muppets." In regards to the English,
I think
there you
most,
go.
I think
I think most MPs are
I
muppets.
think most politicians, especially here in Australia, are muppets.
Told you.
Sorry.
Told you.
I mean,
So what I tell you?
Malinowskis is a poster boy. I mean, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
I don't mind him, but other than that,
Told you, man.
There's, there's no one good.
The minute Obi-Wan said never trust a politician, I don't trust a politician. I don't trust
There's no good politicians, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I've never seen a good politician. Very hard to find.
Well, politician really listen.
Like in
No
the
offense
Western
to
world, anyway.
No offense to any politicians, right? But a politician is just a professional liar, isn't he?
100%.
Or she?
Well, they start off as lawyers,
Yeah, that's
don't
right.
they? And what do lawyers do?
Boris Johnson being a prime example. Oh, listen, I know like guys that my dad knew and that were lawyers that got into politics and that. And like you said, they're lawyers and they bend the truth, don't they?
Of course
Lawyers.
they do.
And
And it's all about money, man. Like, how can they make more money?
Reborn, how bad was it actually being over there with a guy like that, Boris Johnson in charge? Was that... We just see it from the outside and he looks like a bit of a muppet.
Yeah.
But like living there, like what is Reborn's obviously saying, wasn't good. Australia has three local, state and federal. Meanwhile, nurses, teachers, mental health people, emergency services people are underpaid. But we've got local, state, and federal government getting overpaid.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's absolute Like, and how we have allowed this to happen is.
Yeah, but we don't have a say. That's why.
So are we a free country then?
No.
Like, what the fuck,
No.
man? What? So we elect these people and they can do whatever they want. Basically, is
Hey-
what we do.
Hey lads, the world has gone mad. Jimmy T says,
It has.
and then Reborn is saying hello.
But you know what I mean? Like, if we're a free country, right? Like, it's the people that get elected, man.
Is any country really a free country?
Not
You know
really.
what's a free country? Like Mongolia or something. Because there's nothing happening there. It's just
Mongolia.
Mongolia. So there's nothing there. There
Jeez.
isn't. There's no free. They say that.
No,
like,
but we just have to toe the line. Whatever they say,
of course.
whatever the government
even
or whatever they say, we got to do.
America's big thing, right? Like, and listen, I've only traveled there. I've never lived there. But their thing is land of opportunity. Is it really? What opportunity? It's not a free country either. It's the same as
Same.
us. It's worse.
It's harder.
Of course. What land of what opportunity?
It's probably easier here to get.
That's why people are coming here.
Well, it
now.
depends what industry you want to get into, but like if you want to get into like Hollywood and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but
But I think that's what they mean when
Yeah.
they say that. But other than that, it's hard.
the government
people.
spent $368 billion on submarines. How about lowering interest rate and increasing pays? Jimmy T says, instead of spending all that money on submarines. There you go. And then Rob says that's why not everyone should be allowed to vote or be on juries. Too gullible. I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
And Jimmy T then is saying back hello to Reeves.
So really, like, would you call this a failed society?
To a degree, yeah. Yep.
Like
Maybe not a society. Failed.
Like,
Failed. I would say failed governments.
like,
not
yeah,
society.
So like in the 80s and in the 80s, 70s, or so much, like in Australia,
Was it?
Australia was booming, man. There was
Yeah, of
work
course,
everywhere.
Of course.
Like you could get a job, you could just rock up to a job
Of course.
and just walk in. You know, Rob
Let's
will
just
turn
say
up.
in little old Adelaide, every man and his dog worked at Mitsubishi. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Or they
Like,
worked
it
at
was
Holden's or whatever,
Holden's,
or
Mitsubishi.
Bridgestone.
Well, there was. Think about it here. This is just here, guys, in South Australia. There was Holden,
Yeah.
Mitsubishi, Coca-Cola, West End. They were all massive.
Bridgestone was here.
Bridgestone, Hills, and where are
There was
that's
other
six.
ones. There was other
So that's
ones.
six.
There's more.
That's six huge companies. Where are they now?
Not here.
Not one of them's here.
Nah.
No. Mitsubishi. Listen, Holden got big here,
Well,
but
it was Chrysler in the beginning.
yeah, but Holden got big here, Chrysler and that, but you don't understand how big Mitsubishi was here.
It was.
It was, but anyone
Even
that didn't,
Holden was.
yeah, now Holden got there like that later, but at the start, 80s and that Mitsubishi was and 90s, people were coming from Elizabeth to work there. Like
Yeah, yeah,
everyone
yeah,
worked
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Like everyone at some point was like, yeah, I worked at Mitsubishi. It was huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was sad when that closed.
yeah, it was because it
was.
was huge. And then Holden, not long after, closed.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola closed, and they're all getting made in China or
So
something
it's
now.
cheaper.
Cheaper.
Heaps cheaper.
I was watching that guy, that scientist, he was saying it about it. They said to him, oh, why don't we pay money into desalinating the ocean to drink the water? And he goes, because at the moment, he goes, it's cheaper to bottle water in China and bring it here. He goes, but in 50 years' time, he goes, when that's not the case, he goes, there'll be wars over the desalinated water.
Really?
That's what he said. He goes, because when that water's run out, he goes, and they need the water and they got to desalinate it, he goes, there'll be wars for that.
Wow.
Because it's drinking. Everyone needs water.
Yeah, everyone needs it. I mean, that's one thing people can't live without.
That's right.
And our water's shit here in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holden closed not too long ago, Reborn is saying, like
Yeah.
question mark. And Jimmy said around 2018.
Yeah.
And Mitsubishi was maybe like early 2000s, but it was huge, man.
Well, they came out with that 380 at the end.
Yeah.
And then they thought that was going to propel it, but
It was,
writing was on the wall before then anyway.
of course it was. They got bailed out. And then Ford was in Melbourne.
Ford's gone.
Ford was here from the 1920s, man.
Ford's gone, man.
They're gone.
They're all,
And Ford is the biggest motor vehicle company in the world.
Yeah.
The world. To put into perspective for you, I watched this thing on Grand Tour. Jeremy Clarkson was saying the highest selling car of all time is a Ford F100 series, and second is a Chrysler GM, which is a Holden, the Utes, the pickup trucks.
Yeah.
And the Ford has sold. This is how many cars the F100 has sold. F100 series, not head to head, but side by side, can go around the equator 2.5 times. That's how many times it's. And the GM, he goes is a little bit behind it, can only go around the equator 2 times.
Wow.
So those And both those companies aren't here anymore. And they're the biggest 2 companies in the world.
Yeah.
Like, motor vehicle
Well, Adelaide's
companies.
like Detroit, basically.
Yeah, oh, definitely. It's like, I call it Florida. You know, everyone comes to retire.
Yeah, well, Detroit was where all the cars were
of
made in
course,
America,
course.
and they all closed.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
read this. I think the major tax problem worldwide is that big corporates are not paying their fair share. Billions and billions is unpaid because they're allowed to set up tax havens in Canary Islands, etc. Rob says.
Yeah, so they dodge it, man.
Knew someone who worked there for a while, Reborn said. We're Holden's or Mitsubishi, Reeves. Friend of mine went to Thailand. Cooper's beer was half the price as it is in Adelaide, where it's made. And it's made here. It's made here. And it was cheaper there. What the fuck, Rob's saying.
Yeah.
Apparently, a harbour town coming to the north being built now Main North Road near Parafield Airport.
There's a harbour town.
Maybe. That's what Jim's saying. Near Parafield Airport. That's interesting what Rob said. I'll read that again. A friend of mine went to Thailand. Cooper's beer was half the price as it is in Adelaide, where it's made. What? WTF.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
At Holden's Reborn saying, that's ridiculous.
I know, man.
And isn't it funny, like here, we get the SA King prawns are known to be the best prawns in the world. We don't even see them. They just get sent. You got to pay $100 a kilo here.
I know.
And they get them in China. They send them.
They send iron ore to China.
It's bad, isn't it?
And then if we want it, we have to pay big bucks to get it.
But
it's from here.
And then those people that are like, oh, let's worry about our country. They're a dictator. Like Putin. I'm just saying he's like, I'm worrying about my country or whatever, you know, like my country. It's about how much better off would we be if we had our... Remember when Giuseppe was here and he said, don't buy coffee from Italy because they give us all the shit?
Yeah.
Because they keep the good stuff for themselves.
Of course they do.
Why can't we do that?
I just think every country should just fucking do their own thing.
Focus on themselves.
Like America should just fuck off out of Europe.
Yeah, and just focus on
fucking
themselves.
worry about their domestic problems.
Yeah, I
'cause they've
agree.
got a lot of problems
Mate.
in America. But
They
what
got
they're
more
worrying
homeless
about is
people than-
Ukraine
I know.
and fucking China. That's
And
what
they
they're
got more
worrying about.
homeless people than...
Yeah.
There's more homeless people in LA
Yeah.
than we've got as a fucking population,
Yeah.
probably.
Let those European countries sort themselves out.
Yeah.
If there's nuclear, then different
Well,
story.
they
but
don't need to be involved.
they don't have to be involved, man. Just fucking let them go. It's not your country.
It's like us here. Like, if we just worried about us and just focused on us.
That's right. That's what this American guy said that the other day.
That's true. I
was
agree with
listening to him, and he was like, it was like saying on this podcast, I don't understand why we're over there.
Yeah.
You know,
But they've been saying that since Vietnam, Chris. That's the 60s.
Yeah,
They've been saying that since Vietnam, Afghanistan, the Cold War. Why are we... The civilians are like, why are we fighting a battle that's not ours?
Exactly. Why are we there? Why are we in the Ukraine? Fuck, Biden just sent $20 billion to Ukraine again. And you know what the problem is? Yeah. The US citizens are going, why are you sending all this money there? We need the money here.
Yeah, we're
We're
in
suffering
recession.
here. We're in fucking recession. Banks are closing down in the US, but you're sending the fucking money over there. So you know what they've done now? They've printed more money
That's going to send
to
them
bail
worse.
to bail out more to bail out the banks. That's what they've done, man, and that's true, man. Go look it up, guys.
Oh, it doesn't. I don't deny.
So
I
they
wouldn't.
just print money because they're the ones that own the money.
But that's what fucks them out. That's what fucked them last time. Printing too much money.
Well, they're just gonna. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be a massive recession that like we've never seen before. I reckon, and it's coming, and that's gonna make families like interest rates will go up even further.
Champ in the making. Says, yeah, haven't seen him for a while. Champ, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey, I wonder if Champ has joined our footy tipping comp. Are you from Australia, man?
I don't know if he is.
I'm not sure if he is. He'll let us know. If you are, please go in the description and join our footy tipping comp. Haven't seen Champ for ages.
He's a champ.
He's a
Champion,
champ.
He's a nice guy.
Maybe he should change his name to just Champ because it's not in the making anymore. It's just done.
It's just done.
He's not in the making. It's just done. It's wild.
Maybe he's still in process.
We should make a merch, Champ in the making.
He's still making himself.
We'll make a top, Champ in the making as merch.
You reckon?
wild.
What do you write? Europe.
Europe, he said.
What about Europe?
That's where he is because I said, where are you?
Ah, in Europe.
Europe.
Oh, Europeans love AFL,
They do.
but yes, things are hard.
Good to see Champ again. Haven't seen him for a while. Things are definitely hard. And like I said, I don't think it's
Especially when you got
not
kids.
just 100%. It's not just mortgages. It's renting. It's everything.
I mean, you can't even get a rental here now.
No. I don't
So
know
you
what
got-
it's like. We got a couple boys from Europe here in Reeves and Champ. What's it like over there for like rentals and mortgages? Is it is it like it is here? Here's
It's pretty bad.
Really bad.
So you got like the pandemic happened, and like no one wanted to live in Melbourne anymore. So they've all moved to like
But the thing
Queensland.
is,
South
that's what they're
Australia.
saying, but they reckon Melbourne has overtaken Sydney as the most populated city.
Yeah, I know, but new people are moving there.
Yeah, new people.
So a lot of people from overseas are moving
Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay.
Right. So all the people that left have left, and then
And
it's
now they've
open.
been
Yeah, and
filled
then
up.
new people going in. So like a lot of people from India,
Yeah.
Pakistan.
The
all-
process never ends, brother. Champ says. He's always a champ in the making.
the process never ends.
I'm gonna make that merch, champ in the making.
You have to.
myself.
You have to.
I'm just gonna be here wearing it one day.
Oh guys, make sure you guys check out our merch.
Check
as
out our
well.
merch. I'll bring that up quickly. Where we go?
Yeah, bring it
Oh,
up,
you might
bring
not
it up.
see it because of our thing, but it's .myspreadshop.com.au.
You gotta put it underneath, man.
Yeah, I gotta move it.
Just like press the arrow button until it disappears. Nah. There you go.
So that's there, guys. That's the merch. Yeah, that's the. It'll be in the description as well if you want to have a look at it.
Yeah, man.
Please do so. Helps out the channel, which is good. Oh, Rob's got another one. China needs the coal to make the made in China stuff. They ran out of coal, equals no electricity. Australia sold the coal to Japan and Korea. There you go. Well, in terms of money, we are one person income at the moment.
Yeah, but hold on a sec. We got coal here, right?
Yes.
And we use coal for electricity.
I use coal for barbecues.
You know, but like,
Yeah.
why is electricity prices so high? If is this where we produce the coal?
No idea.
Like we're paying like 60 cents a watt per watt.
Electricity is ridiculous.
Like it's ridiculous,
Yeah, it is.
especially here in South Australia.
So I read what Reeves wrote, then he wrote, well, in terms of money, we are on a one-person income at the moment as I was taken really sick. My wife, fortunately, has a good job. If I was still working, we'd be comfy, but we are scraping by at the moment, he's saying. But, you know, on a one income.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, no.
Jimmy says, I am forecasting. And Champ in the Making says, make a fire bath rope. Are you saying robe? And you wrote rope. Make a fire bath robe?
What does that mean?
Like for merch. Make
Ah.
a fire bath robe?
fire bath.
I don't know. He'll confirm.
Crazy guy.
I hope that it all works out for you, Reeves, man. What? And
Yeah,
you're taking
man.
really sick. Hope and hope you're well as well.
I hope everyone that's out there that's struggling just know that there's others out there that are struggling as well.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
trust me, for me as well. Like we live pretty hard. Like, I mean, we've always got money in our pockets, but like it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't be as lavish as you want sometimes.
No way.
But yeah, if like put it this way, if Amanda stopped working,
Yeah.
it was just my income, it'd
Oh.
be very hard.
Definitely, man.
So, and that's sad, man. You know, to think that, and then you think to yourself, far out. So what's going to happen? How long do I have to work for? Right, to to keep the life going, and when can I stop working? Is my super going to be enough? Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean? I know super's all good and it's awesome that they pay super, but like, if you don't start putting enough away, it's not going to be enough in the long run. And then,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so
Fixed loans now around 1.99 will go up 6+. Jimmy's saying.
yeah.
Yeah, fire. I mean, as sick. Champ in the Making is saying.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
And then Rob says electricity going up in price again 20% apparently. South Australia pays the highest electricity rates in the world, I'm told. It's ridiculous. My dad actually said that to me, and I've heard that yeah, we have the highest electricity rates, Adelaide in particular, in the world. That's
It's crazy,
next level.
isn't it?
Why? What's the reason behind that?
I don't know.
Can someone answer me that? Why does this one state play the highest electricity rates in the world?
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense. And I don't know how they can just
Justify that.
It's like the petrol. How can they justify $2 over a litre when the barrel is low?
Well, you got your 30% tariff, which is a tax. So a 30% government tariff.
Why are they getting a tax on that? Why are they getting a tax on
Not
fucking fuel?
30%, but put it down, mate. Like, get rid of it. So petrol's like, even put it to 10%. They're still going to make money.
They make money off us fucking working.
I know. It's
They
ridiculous.
make money. Everything's taxed, bro. Everything.
Well, that's
Stamp duty. When someone buys a house, how much money they get, man?
what about like that's why they want more properties everywhere, because then they
Yes.
get more, they get more rates, don't they?
I just
More
don't get it,
more properties, more rates. That's why houses, no big houses anymore. They subdivide them, and when you subdivide a house, they're loving it. They're like, oh, we're going to get rates there. We're going to get rates here. We're going to get rates there. And they're loving it. Off a property that used to give them one set of rates.
Yeah, it just doesn't
They love
make
it.
sense. Things don't... Look, put it this way. For the common person like me and KP, it's really where it's not fair. I don't
No
think.
way, man.
Things are not fair. I'm telling you now. I understand you can go out and make a lot of money
Yeah, I know.
and make a living. Like, people go out and, make a lot of money doing TikTok or whatever. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
sometimes people don't want to do that. They want to just work a job.
That's right. They're content to just
They're
work a
content,
job,
but
go home,
if
see their
but
family.
you can't do that, man.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
It's fucking hard.
Dude, Shell made 33 billion, didn't they? Reborn is saying, is that in the year?
33 billion.
What, a year? Fuck. That's ridiculous.
And then you see a guy like Ronaldo making fucking how much?
450 million a
and
year.
he just kicks the ball.
I know, it's
Do
ridiculous.
you know what I mean?
I know, and I'm a fucking diehard football fan, and it's ridiculous.
Look, I
No,
love
it's ridiculous.
football too.
It's ridiculous.
I like football too.
They
But
shouldn't
like,
get paid. Like
why are
that.
they getting paid that much? Who's giving them this much money for what?
It's
What, for a
ridiculous.
bit of fucking
I know, it is.
for a ball?
It's ridiculous.
Like,
I agree. That's
don't get me
100%.
wrong. I love soccer.
No, it's
I love
ridiculous. I'm
football,
with
but
you.
for them to get paid that much money,
No, they shouldn't.
you know what I mean?
You know, it should be in your contract. When you're getting money like that, let's say Ronaldo, just using him as an example, 450 million a year, they should be saying to him, mate, you're donating 200 million of that to
Yeah, to a charity or something. I don't know.
fucking whatever.
But even charities, you got to be careful of.
Yeah, I know,
these days.
but you've got to donate. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when David Beckham played for Paris Saint-Germain, and he was at the end of his career, but at the time he got a huge contract because he was a big-time player. He donated 100% of his paycheck to a charity from them because he didn't need it.
Yeah.
And people might say, oh, yeah, but who cares? He didn't need it. But what other player does that? At least he did it. He donated it to a charity. And I think he was getting 200,000 pounds a week, which is 400 grand a week.
Yeah.
That's what other celebrity does that? Not many of them.
Not many.
And he did it because he didn't need it. It was
That's great. That's someone that's.
that actually did it.
yeah,
Did
it's
it,
nice.
I think Shaquille O'Neal does that. Talking about athletes.
There are some.
Talking about
It's
athletes.
just crazy to. It's just the pay they get is crazy.
Yeah, it's
like,
ridiculous. Jess says so much greed,
Yeah.
and I think she hit the nail
You
on
know-
the head with that comment.
You know what I think, KP? I think in this country, I think there's so many resources here, especially
Exactly.
in the ground, right?
100%.
That if they kept it here,
Oh,
right, and used it for the people,
yeah.
no one would
We-
ever
we
go
would-
hungry.
We'd
No
prosper.
one.
We'd prosper.
No one would ever go hungry. There'd be no problems.
Oh,
I'm
no
telling
way.
you now, no one would be out of money.
No way.
The people would flourish, and you wouldn't have homeless people. It would just be, a different world. But what do? We use our resources, and where do we send them? We dig them
Yeah,
and send them.
100%.
We send them out. So
A lot of the people are liking it, so I'll read a lot of the chat. Rob said, and we're going back about the electricity prices
Yeah.
here. He said, and we live, capital and we live in the driest state on the driest continent. So use solar and wind power for electricity, for heaven's sake. Like about how much
well,
money
they
we
do.
pay.
They've got the wind
Yeah, but
turbines.
fuck, do more.
Yeah.
We've got so much, like Rob said, it's so dry, so hot.
Well, you know what they do in Canada?
No.
They were laughing at me when they told me how much a per watt we get. I go, yeah, about 50, 60 cents a watt. I go, what? How much they pay?
I don't want to know. All right, tell me.
Like 1 cent a
That's
watt.
fucking ridiculous.
Do you know what they use there? Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear, yeah.
It's
yeah.
cheaper power,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I don't get is, like you said, there's a tax. Before I read some of the chats, guys, there's a tax on everything, like we said.
Everything.
No, but like now, why is there so... Listen, I'm not saying it's right or wrong to do it, but why is there so much tax on alcohol? Why is there so much tax on tobacco?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I know. So what they should do, if they want to keep those taxes in, right? They should cut some of these taxes.
That fucking hurts.
or cut the pay off these MPs.
Exactly. Exactly.
These prime ministers, these MPs should not be getting paid.
No way.
What do they do, man?
No way.
Does your MP come over your house and then tell you, "Oh, how you going?"
Fucking know
What do they do for you, man? Nothing, man. They do nothing.
Nothing. Oh, I'll read this. And then Rob said, "And how much tax did Shell pay to Reborn?" And then that's when Jess said, "So much greed." And Reeb says, "No idea, Rob." Like, because
I bet you they didn't pay any tax.
33 billion. Yeah, now I wonder how much they paid.
I bet you they somehow they didn't have to pay.
And then
it.
Rob's saying about how I said about the rates, right? He said Mawson Lake's properties are 7 meters wide, I think. That's a lot of council rates. For what? There you go.
Exactly.
I heard a guy talking about how there will be groups of 18 people living in one house in the future. That makes sense. Rent is going up every year and wages are the same, Champ is saying. They do it now, man. A lot of the people that migrate to Australia, like I'm in home maintenance, I see it.
That's what they have to do.
Whole families
Whole
living
families, like 7 families in one house.
Yep, they do it, man. And that's here in Australia. I know you're in Europe, you said. And then Rob said Messi was on 50 million a year at Barcelona for years without counting endorsements, etc. Exactly.
It's crazy.
Which is ridiculous. And Keanu Reeves buys stunt guys gifts and donates to local charities at every location of his movies. He's a champ.
He's a champ, yeah.
There you go, and that's good.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
And then Jess answered your question. What do all these MPs do? She said they piss everyone off.
100%.
Fucking. I like Jess's comments tonight are just short and
I like them.
To the point.
To the point.
They're
like
fucking good. I don't even bother working public holidays anymore because the tax is ridiculous, Amanda's saying.
Yeah, so like I could work an extra shift, but if I keep working, it's not worth me working because it's still going to go to the tax man.
Ask a hard question. Tax on addicted products, sugar as a commodity, alcohol, tobacco, because people won't give them up. There you go. That's what Rob is saying. They know it because they know they can tax tobacco because people are addicted to it. No matter, even if they put 100% tax on it, people are still going to buy it.
You know, people that like rort the system and like get away with tax
fraud,
mate,
tax evasion, and
to me, I reckon we're getting screwed anyway. Right?
I agree.
I reckon they're screwing us now. If you can get away with screwing them back, good on you. That's what I say.
You know what cracks me up? Do you know what cracks me up? Someone can get life imprisonment for tax evasion, but then a fucking pedophile's walking the streets.
100%. That's where society has failed, man.
And I tell you right now, like I said I was going to mention it on Friday because we're doing a watch along for that team, but I'll say it right now. That fucking Collingwood supporter that the whole world knows, the whole country knows, let's say, the country knows him, right?
Yeah.
Is a convicted pedophile. Yeah. And he's not going to jail.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Fuck.
I know.
But then if they tax for a year,
forget it.
15 years jail.
15 years jail. Bullshit.
Give me a break. Seriously. And then Reborn says, same Amanda. Used to work overtime, get triple pay, but after tax, it was a tiny bit more than a normal day's pay.
So the consensus is on the chat that we live in the fucking society.
Well, we are all the people that are talking here. I'm not sure where Champ is from in Europe, but Reeves is from England. We're from Australia, obviously. Jess, Rob, Jimmy, all Australia, and we're like all living in a Western world, aren't we?
We are. Yeah.
And the Western world is a bit shit.
It's a bit shit at the moment. It's fucking shit, man.
Amanda, your public holiday tax argument is flawed. You pay the same tax as everyone at year's end. Oh, sorry, I can prove it mathematically, Rob says.
What do you mean it's flawed?
He's saying that theory is flawed because at the year's end, you pay the same tax.
Yeah, but if you work an extra shift, right?
You know what? I've learned never to argue financials with Rob.
Yeah, probably. But if you work an extra shift, you get taxed more because you earn more.
Yeah. And then he said, see my comment to Amanda. If Rob was sitting here, he could explain it better. It's a bit hard. I know what he's trying to say, yeah. And then Jess is saying why, that thing we said about the pedophile guy, like why is he not in jail?
100%.
And she's put 2 knives on the... Because why aren't you in jail, mate? You're convicted. Why are you walking the streets?
100%.
Oh, let's go make an area for all these guys that have touched up kids to live in their own community and revel in it, but then let's lock up a bloke that didn't pay tax.
Yeah, no.
Give me a break. Please.
Yeah. That society's failed there, man. Definitely. Yeah.
Amanda, she gets what Rob's saying. She says, yeah. She goes, but on the day it's crap, Rob, because it seems better to just spend the day with my family. Because on the day, when you look at it, it looks like you're you're getting taxed too much. But like Rob is saying, but in the end, you're still paying the same.
Oh yeah, of
tax,
course.
yeah.
In the end, yeah.
Yeah. So that I agree with that. Just it's better just spend it.
But then don't you get into different brackets if you earn more?
What I think is, I agree with what Amanda's saying. Is if if you're getting a day off for a public holiday and you've got a family and that, I agree. Just may as well just spend the day with your family. Why go? Just take the day off. Why go? Unless you're a single person or something that might get triple pay and you're not, go do it.
If you're single, you haven't got kids, it's a lot easier.
I agree.
You don't have to work your ass off as much, but yeah, having kids, man, it's expensive these days. And I feel sorry for I feel sorry for the single parents out there that've got like 2 or 3 kids doing it tough singly. I mean, they might get some money from like child support.
Yeah.
But it's hard, man. It's hard with all school fees, food, and the thing is, when a single mum goes into a shopping, they're not going to get the best food for their kids because it's too expensive.
No, of course.
They're going to get the shit.
Rob says, steady on. He goes, would you rather be on a $10 a month, like say Thailand, for example, and that in underdeveloped countries where the Western world essentially buy all their clothes from? Listen, I'm not saying, I always say we live in one of the best countries in the world, but there's definitely some bad things like the tax and that. Like there's,
look, we're not saying that it's better in other countries.
Yeah.
It could be worse over there.
100%.
But it might be different as well. Maybe they appreciate money more.
Yeah.
Maybe they appreciate life more. Who knows? Money's not everything, man. Do you know what I mean?
Jess says about what we're talking about, the pedophiles. She goes, too many of them around protecting each other. The castrate law is the least they can do. Bringing a law, if you're a pedophile, you get castrated.
Is castrated like killed?
No, cut it off.
Cut it off.
Yeah. That's castration. There's chemical castrations and then castration is...
That's what they should do.
I agree.
That's what they should do.
You're a pedophile, mate, you get castrated.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they won't be able to touch anyone. Well, they can still, but...
The thing is, say you got a pedophile and you castrate him, would that pedophile go turn into like a killer or something?
Maybe.
Because they want to just abuse people?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I just think they should be locked up forever.
So they can, but suffer, not like actually lock them up.
Well, normally in a jail they do suffer.
But that's what I mean, actually lock them up and leave them locked up. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But then the inhumane police will come out and go, "Oh, it's inhumane. You can't do that." It's like, well,
but wasn't it inhumane to touch a little kid?
I'm just saying that what would happen because everyone is on their high horse now. You know what I mean? Like,
how funny is the guy? It's not funny. How bad is it that the ex heavyweight champion UFC Cain Velasquez?
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah, I saw
his
that.
kid. And
That's
about
bullshit.
another 80 kids or something. There was 600 counts of this guy that was in charge of the daycare center. 600 counts of touching all these kids. And he found out.
Yeah.
And he chased the guy down on a highway, had him there. And now Cain Velasquez is in jail for attempted murder.
That's
attempted murder.
It's fucking bullshit,
If
man.
they were going to... This is what I don't get.
I would have killed...
No, but this is what I don't get. If they were going to lock him up for attempted murder, right? When he was holding the pedophile there... Couldn't they have arrested him a second later? Just let him kill him? He was going to kill him. They were going to lock him up anyway. Couldn't they have just said freeze 30 seconds later, Chris?
Could have.
And they said, oh, we got there late. He killed him. Oh, it's in my report. They're locking him up anyway.
Yeah.
They locked up him for attempted murder. And the guy raped his child.
Bullshit.
That's fucking bullshit.
Bullshit.
Like what? If you were going to lock him up. And listen, I don't care about...
What's it
I'm
saying?
sorry, I don't care about the inhumane police. Call me whatever you want. But, mate, if you're going to lock him up anyway, arrest him 30 seconds later, please. Please.
Yeah. So what?
Fuck me.
What is this saying? It means that the justice system, the government, they support pedophiles. Isn't that what it's saying?
Yeah.
To me, that's what it's saying.
See, Rob said here, the problem is with the castration thing, he goes, a 17-year-old boy could be labeled a pedophile for having consensual sex with a 15-year-old girl if the girl's parents insist. You see that? I don't think... I think people are saying more if there's an adult, you're an adult and you're touching a 10, 11, a kid, a child, man,
Yeah,
that's...
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be different situations like that you would castrate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta use common sense in these things as well.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, I agree. Jess and Amanda are saying if I was a pedo, I'd second think making an action if I'd got chopped off, like, about doing something if they castrated me.
It would stop them.
Chop all day, and then Amanda's like, I'm in, I'll join in, Jess.
I reckon the people that run stuff, I reckon a lot of them are.
Yeah. Rob said the Oscar-winning movie Spotlight is a brilliant story about how the church was exposed. It started in Boston.
Well, see, I reckon the church, the governments, a lot of them are pedophiles.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? And this is why laws have never come out. Nothing's.
Of course.
That's why. Because they're scared if a law does come out, they get convicted, and what will happen to them?
Isn't this like, it's like one of those things that makes you wish that like someone like the Punisher was real?
Yeah, but why? There's no laws.
Like a vigilante that was just out there just.
Is there any laws against kids abuse?
No.
Not really.
No.
Not like
Yeah, no. It's sad.
They get let free,
It's
man.
sad. Who's in that movie, Rob? So it's an Oscar-winning movie. I'd like to watch that. Spotlight. Trying to think if I've seen it. Rob says to you, use common sense with a question mark. He says, at what age do you draw the line, Chris?
I don't know.
Age? Oh, what age difference for pet? Listen.
What do you think?
There's these stories of people touching kids, girls, boys, that they haven't hit puberty, like 10, 11 years old.
If you're 18 and you're touching a
12-year-old,
a 10-year-old,
you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're 15 and if you're 17, you got a girlfriend that's 15, don't you think that's a bit different?
That's different, I think. Like, I think that, and if you're consenting to it,
if you're consenting,
that's different. But mate, if you're 18 and that kid is 10 years old or something, that's pedophile. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I know what Rob's saying though.
No, I get that. Like, I
know what he's saying.
The 17-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl could be doing something, and then the parents could turn around and go, "He did this." Oh, I get that. That's completely different. But what if it's a 35-year-old man and that 15-year-old girl? That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it is wrong.
That's completely wrong.
Yeah.
The 17-year-old, it's still in his number 17.
Yeah, that's right.
He's not an adult, mate. He's, they're kids. Like they're both kids. Like they're Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, Stanley Tucci, Mark Ruffalo. That's a real good cast. I might have to watch that Spotlight. No, see, I'm with you. If your 8-year-old gets touched by a 14-year-old, that's not, as a parent, that's not fine. I agree. That's not fine.
No, it's not fine.
No, that's pedophile, man. That's wrong, because no 8-year-old can consent to anything. No 10-year-old can consent to anything. It's
a hard one, man. Especially when they're young doing it.
I think he was, Rob. Rob says, was Romeo a pedophile? 29-year-old with a 14-year-old Juliet. 100% he was. Yep. I don't care if that's the story, the oldest love story of the book.
How old was he?
29.
Yeah. And how old was Juliet?
And Juliet was 14. And then Rob is saying, good point to Jess about the 8-year-old and the 14-year-old kid. Because that stuff happens a lot. And that's wrong, mate. You've been abused.
Yeah.
Mate, if that's written in the story, he was 29 and Juliet is 14, clip it, do whatever you want. Romeo's a pedophile.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Everyone knows right from wrong. It's going to ruin your kid. Yeah, and then Amanda says, yeah, he was. Yeah.
Did you see in Sydney they had this picture of like a guy dressed in like leather, I don't know, he was wearing pretty much naked with like, one of those leather G-string things, but he couldn't see the G-string. It was like this, and he was wearing a.
But where was he?
No, it was a picture. It was like a billboard.
Okay.
And then he had a teddy bear mask on, trying to say gays and when you got a teddy bear mask on, that means children.
Yeah, that's bad.
Right?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Dude, you know what happened the next day after he got put up? They trashed it, man.
Yeah, they would.
So it wasn't up. So why are we seeing all these things that have got pedophile?
Because all the powers to be are probably pedophiles, like you said. all the
Why are they just trying to get us used to the idea in our brain subconsciously? What are they trying to do? Like, why was that picture put up on a billboard?
yeah,
You
it's
know?
terrible.
And I'll tell you, man, like if you saw it afterwards, they destroyed it in Sydney. So definitely people do not find that acceptable. And we shouldn't allow that.
Amanda said, yeah, he was a pedophile. And then Jess says, it's not hard. And we are focused on the main of it, men doing wrong with kids, which is true. And then she says, or women with a little, because maybe it's
more men.
100% it is.
It's more men. But there probably is women.
And then she says, because pedos are rampant.
Well, you've heard, the school teacher having sex with
Of course, man.
Yeah, you've heard that in America a lot. Not as much here, but yeah.
It's happened here. Big time.
Has it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We know a guy in our school that the other way around, and he's still with that teacher today. He was a young boy, and they were having an affair. It was in our year.
Really?
No names, obviously, and they're still together now.
No shit.
And he was only 15, and she was an adult.
Yeah. See, that's pedophilia.
It is but they're still together now. Like it is pedophilia. Yeah.
Well, not now because he's older, right? It's not pedophilia anymore.
Yeah, see, I agree with Rob there. He goes, so what are your parents doing? Letting your kids sit on the lap of a man in a mask, Santa,
exactly.
Someone they don't know, someone you don't know.
100%.
It's fucking true, isn't it? And imagine in America,
100%.
like in Macy's and all that, like those huge department stores.
I've been to Macy's.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
And they line up for hundreds of meters to sit on this guy's lap.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. When you look at it that way, it's like, fuck, man, like subconsciously what that does.
Fucked up, man.
Isn't it? That's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So
I know.
I know. It's probably just
it's just you thinking
sense,
of it
but
that way.
you think about it and like why yeah.
Celine Dion and her husband, Amanda says, he groomed her from the age of 11. Disgusting. 11.
Yeah.
How old was he? That's disgusting.
It is, but did he get caught as a pedophile?
Champ in the Making says that's why religion is important. But there's a lot of these religious people that are pedophiles, man.
I'm telling you, man.
And I hope
the Pope.
I'm not shooting on you for being religious, whatever. But it's a common thing. Rob said that movie is based,
especially the church.
That movie, man, Spotlight, is based on outing the church in Boston.
The church are the worst.
Yeah, they're the worst. Yeah.
They're the worst.
He was like 30.
I'm not saying
Amanda
the beliefs
says.
are the bad. Like I'm just saying the actual people that go to church, the priests and that. There's been a lot of problems with that.
Yeah. Jess says religion. She's laughing. She goes, "Have you heard about the priest Champ in the Making?" And then Amanda said he was like 30. Celine Dion was 11.
Nah, see, that's crazy.
And then Reeves says, that's why I'm an atheist. That's what a lot of people, why?
I'm not an atheist. I've told you, I believe I believe in something, but I'm not like religious.
But a lot of people are atheists for that reason.
Yeah.
Mate, the guy from here.
Of course, man.
The guy from here, mate, he didn't get convicted. Cardinal George Pell. Remember?
Crazy.
They sent him here to the Vatican so he wouldn't get locked up.
Yeah.
And then when he died, they wanted us to commemorate him. Oh, George Pell's died. And we're like, yeah, who gives a fuck? But they're like, oh, Cardinal George Pell.
I know.
He was a pedophile. And you sent him away so he couldn't.
How about Epstein, man?
Oh.
What happened on that island?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? And all the documents came out, right? And what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, war in Ukraine. Oh, UFO sightings. So then you don't have to listen to it. But it's in the news, but no one sees it.
Yep.
Well, it's hardly in the news. Reported. No one wants to see that.
Yep.
You got to go onto like internet news and hear about it.
Yep.
But that court case happened like about a month ago.
Yeah, I know.
And no one said nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? And they're just hiding it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
There's some high-profile people that were on this list, man.
Of course. The amount of churches in SA, geez, I hate religion with a passion, just says. And Reeves is seconding that. Is against it as well. And then Champ says, yeah, but that's certain individuals, not the religion teaching. But do you know what?
Yeah.
Listen, no. Do you know what? That's actually not true.
Why?
It's a lot of the time Catholic priests and the reason they get like that is because of the religion. And I'll tell you what, I'll break it down for you. Because they're told they're not allowed to have partners. They're not allowed to.
So celibacy.
They're not allowed to procreate. And then they're around all these young people all the time. And what ends up happening?
Yeah.
They go become pedophiles. So it is the religion teaching. If you break it down, it's not telling you do it, but it's from making you be celibate from other things and not letting you have a family, not letting you have a wife, letting you.
Yeah, but why would you go for a young boy? Like, what does that?
I don't know.
Like, how does
I think it's
work?
just because they're with them all the time. I don't get it.
I don't get
it's
that,
sickening.
man.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get it.
It's ridiculous. I agree.
But I know what you're saying. But the Greek priests,
they're allowed to. That's why I've said that. Listen, I'm not saying there isn't Orthodox priests that have done this.
They have.
But
yeah,
the number of it's mostly Catholics.
Yeah,
and that's just That's just a fact.
No, we're not bringing down that religion at all. We're just saying
that's just factual. That is facts. It's not because of those beliefs. And Amanda said that's why it's Catholics mainly, because of what I said, yeah.
Yeah, it's Catholics
and then
mainly.
Jess said religion is just pushes belief systems onto people, always pushing, people. And then Reborn says true story, Jess. No, and then they're all just going, no one needs it. That's why Catholics mainly. You all need to watch Spotlight. Yeah, listen, Rob, I really want to watch it because me and Jess have watched it.
We'll do a watch along.
Should we do a watch along for Spotlight?
Let's do it.
It's an Oscar-winning movie too.
Let's do it.
Listen, and because they do, you know how many? Me and Jess, I've always told you about Louis Theroux. Me and Jess have watched so many of his things where and the church ones. Listen, they're the most sickening ones, man.
Yeah, I know.
The people in them.
I know, man.
They're radical.
It's sad.
They go for the young because it's an easy target, Amanda says. Jess seconds that. More vulnerable. They won't say anything.
Yeah, and then, but like, how can they be attracted
Jess,
to that?
But what's the media then? Media, I'm not saying they're any better, but HFD media is wrong.
We're wrong.
It was both young boys and girls. It's more shame for the boy to speak up. Therefore, he is less likely to do so, Rob says. That's true. That's true, yeah. That's why when these victims become adults, they speak out, Amanda's saying.
The problem is, which I don't get, is like, how can they find that?
And Jess says, back to champ, media is a lot of BS too.
Yeah, I've said it I said it last week. 99% that comes from mainstream media, I think is bullshit. So, sorry whoever watches mainstream media.
Spotlight is, we're going to watch it. Me and Jess are definitely going to watch it, man.
Yeah. I want
because and it's got a real good cast that Rob said too, and it's Oscar winning. And if it's doing something outing the church, and we should do a watch along. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
watch along for Spotlight.
Maybe next week, a week after.
Spotlight. That's wild, Rob. Media allow choice at least. Jess is saying, but she said, it's mostly bullshit anyway, which is true, 100% true.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, if you are religious, we're not putting you down.
No, I'm not saying that. Don't. I'm not saying that at all. Listen,
I mean, we grew up Orthodox.
My was the nicest, genuine person I ever met.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was devout Orthodox religion. I'm not saying don't be if that's what you believe in and whatever, but the problem is that these people that they get high up in that, mate, they start doing the wrong things. And for some reason, they feel like everyone is saying they've got to touch a kid or do something which is sick. I don't care. That's just sick.
Yeah, it's amazing that the church is still going after all those things, you know?
Because they get paid. They got so much money behind them. They get, like I said, this cardinal can be a pedophile here, gets sent to the Vatican and no one says anything. Because who's going to take on the Vatican?
No one. They're so powerful, man.
No one. No one's taking them on.
No
one. Media don't let the truth get in the way of a story that can sell, Rob is saying. That's true. If they can sell a story, they'll make up whatever they want in between.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe half the stuff.
No, I agree.
You just got to be careful what you believe in. And that's with everything, though. Like, even if you go on social media as well.
Everything. There's
like TikTok, there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Of course.
There's always, this much truth.
Of course.
This much lie.
What is one of the oldest saying in the world, mate? Give a man an inch.
That's it.
He'll take them all.
It's
one of the oldest sayings in the book.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
So, no, it's fucking bad.
It is bad, man. And like, we live in this society like where this happens, and
I know
it's just fucked.
Do you think, like how Jess and Rob and all that were saying now, do you think it's more Are they more? Is there more of them now? They're more rampant now,
I think.
or is it just because they're getting outed more? I actually think there's more. It's more
I
rampant.
reckon we don't hear about it as much, but I reckon it happens all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's so rampant.
I reckon it's so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I reckon child trafficking is so bad.
Human trafficking in general.
Oh
is
yeah,
massive.
but there's child trafficking as well,
trafficking's next
and
level.
we don't even know.
Yeah.
We don't even know, like, we might know the tip of the iceberg. There's so much that happens that we don't know about,
Of course.
and that's the scary part, man.
Of course.
So
Jess said, I'm just passionately against it because I want people to be happy without it. You can just be happy.
like, if you Google how many kids go missing in
Oh.
Australia,
It's ridiculous.
like that are reported,
Mate,
20,000 per year.
could you imagine Mexico?
So
They reckon
know.
Mexico City is just...
Canada's like even more. There's like
I think Mexico's the
50,000.
most. They reckon Mexico, people get paid for people to take their own
Right.
kids, man.
I know.
That's fucking
But
ridiculous.
there's 20,000 kids go missing in Australia every
Fucking
year,
next
right?
level.
Where the fuck did they go? I mean, some of them come back. Don't get me wrong, but that's a lot of
Well,
kids
Rob
in a year.
Rob can answer that for me.
Fucking hell.
What is 20,000?
Look it up on Google, guys.
No, I'll
Type
ask.
it into Google.
Rob will be
It's
able to
that.
answer me quickly here. What is 20,000 to the percent? What percentage of that is that of our population? Our population's what, 25 million?
25 million. Yeah, but
So
that's
what-
just what we know.
No, I'm just Rob,
We might not
Rob
know
can
the
just
other-
tell me what is that as in a
Mine's
percentage
gone
to
up.
our population. Talking about child trafficking, have you seen the video of the girl who thinks she might be Madeleine McCann?
I've seen
I
that.
haven't seen the video. I've seen headlines of this person is claiming she's her.
Yeah,
And when did she go missing? Like back,
Yeah, ages ago.
like she would be my age, wouldn't she?
I
She
think
went missing
so.
as a kid.
Yeah. It's like the Beaumont kids coming back and going, oh, we're here.
Yeah, well, we're just here.
You know?
And Jess said, I heard about that with just shocked eyes. She's claiming she's her. Is she doing that just for attention, or
Maybe it is her, man.
can't they just do a DNA test?
They could. But
Why don't
why
just
aren't
fucking-
they?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't they just fucking
I
do
don't
it?
know. See, there's all these weird
Hey.
things.
Hey, Elon Musk, I'm your son. Oh, you know.
She's going for a DNA test.
Okay, here we go. Last I heard, she was going for DNA testing. Here, what we learn from religion mostly is get married, get a good job to provide for your family, and don't sin or be a degenerate. Champ is saying, what? Champ, you got to tell us what country you're in? Because I would say where my dad's from, my mum, that's what they would teach you too. There would be the basis of religion things, those simple things. But like I said, they take it out of hand, mate. They start, like you said, give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah.
Yes, Reeves, DNA should be able to sort it, I hope, Rob is saying.
Well, yeah, if they get DNA test, they can sort it and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, look. I mean, what happened to the Beaumont children, man?
What year was that? Do you know?
1960.
See, remember my dad said...
9.
Yeah, see, my dad said he got here in 1969. Remember, he was telling us that it was all over the news.
Well, they got
And he just got here.
Well, they got taken from Glenelg,
Yeah.
and that's it. No one saw them after that.
And no bodies, nothing.
No bodies, nothing.
They're alive.
Now
Do
they're
you think they're alive?
No, they're dead. 100% dead, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Or did someone kidnap them and raise them?
Nah, I think they're dead.
So why no bodies, nothing?
It's a good question. Because I think whoever took them was so high up in government
At the time.
that it's a big cover up. Now,
Yeah.
if you go, I can send you guys this video, right, of a testimony of this lady from Adelaide,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll tell you the story about the Beaumont children.
She
Right?
was alive at the time.
No, yes, she was, and she saw them afterwards. She claims her name is Rachel Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
Now the cops think she's that she's gone to the cops.
She thinks they think she's...
she's done psych tests and everything, and she tells the story. I'm not going to say it here on the podcast, but if you guys want me to send you that video, it is the most chilling video I've ever watched in my life because of how close it is to where I live, and what she says and what people here in Adelaide have done and what she claims. And then if you hear her brother talk about it, it's crazy
Chilling.
stuff. Maybe one day we'll get Rachel in
Yeah.
to
You never
interview
know.
her.
Another of religion and the religious are full of hypocrisy. And then that's what Jess said. And then Amanda says, I nursed the mum was so sad.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be. And then
She-
Jess says most religious people sin.
They do.
They do.
They sure do. They sure do.
You know how many babies go to a different family by mistake of the hospitals when they're working overtime and sleep deprived, Champ is saying.
How would you know, eh? Well, what if Nathan's not my kid?
Shit.
Nah,
Imagine
nah,
that.
he definitely is.
No, he looks like he's a bit of a Texas chainsaw like you. He's got the hair like you,
He's got
man.
the hair.
He's got the malay.
Nah. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's
I bet you sin still, Champ, just says.
it's funny how we've turned into a whole different topic.
That's because we started talking about a conspiracy and we know we love a
Whoa.
conspiracy.
Well, it does stem from that.
It
though.
does. It does.
It does.
It does.
So,
Beaumont, 1966.
oh, was it 66?
Rob is
was it?
saying. And then
Okay.
Rob said the percentage is too small, 0.4% or 4 in every. So, but it's still, Rob has put it down to, that makes out what you said, to 4 in every 1,000 children go missing every year.
in Australia.
That's fucked.
That's fucked. Where are they going? Like, who's taking
When you
these
actually,
kids, man?
when you read, it doesn't sound like much, but when you actually break that down, 4 in every 1,000 children.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, man. She put 1,000 people. You put 1,000 kids in
means-
front of you.
That means we went to a school that had the capacity of about 600. So let's just say 2 or 3 kids could go missing from that school every year.
Yeah. That's fucked.
That's fucked.
That's fucked, bro. That is fucked. And where are they going, man?
Where are they fucking
I
going?
mean, look, some go missing and come back, obviously. Some get found, obviously, but there are some that don't get found.
That's one of my story ideas with a major sci-fi twist, Rob says. Has anyone seen Dogma? I have definitely seen Dogma, Reeves.
Is that
Kevin Smith.
is
Yeah.
that Jane Silent Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've definitely seen Dogma. I've seen all of them.
That's where like the angels, Ben Affleck
No-
and
yeah.
Matt Damon. Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, Jess, Champ says. And then Jess says, well, she goes, you're supposed to follow your rules. You know, religious people, you make these rules, they're meant to follow them.
Correct.
So,
That is true. Jess is just saying it as it is, man. I like it. I like
Jess isn't, I think she's not having a go at Champ. She's just saying about religion, like people, because, you know, they make all these rules and then it's okay to sin
Yeah.
as long as you go repent later.
Nah,
it
see,
makes it
that's
all
not
good.
right.
It's not right.
No,
I
it's
agree.
not. It's not. Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of rules.
Matt
you gotta
Damon and
follow.
Ben Affleck shoot those sinners in that room, but that one lady who has never done anything bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that scene. Yeah, that's true.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, actually. I like that.
They're
One.
all good. Kevin Smith's wild. All his movies are good. He's champion.
But the world's pretty fucked. Like,
And why is it fucked? Because of man.
man,
Because of humans.
yeah.
Let's say.
Well, humans that run it. I mean, we're just the pawns, man.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we.
Are we even pawns? We're like,
Well, what are we? We're
We don't
nothing,
even.
really.
We don't even get on the chessboard.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not even nothing. We're like sheep
Yeah.
for these people. So, like, you know, the only way you can change it is everyone comes onto the same page
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, and
Just,
revolts. But
yeah,
nothing-
100%.
that won't happen, man.
Jess said, "No, I'm not having a go at anyone. I'm just being honest, like giving her feelings."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. We know.
We're just real. We're HFD Media, man. We're,
HFD Media is real.
We're the
We're
podcast
very
is
real. The podcast is real. It's
Yeah.
we don't
We don't discriminate.
we don't discriminate. We don't falter from our views. And even when as me, Chris, John, Jimmy, Krillin,
Whoever.
Rob's been on here, whoever's been on here, we don't all agree on everything
No, of course not. Well, me and you've had this
all the
debates.
time, but
Yeah.
that's fine. We
It's
don't.
fine.
That's what it's all about.
So it's all about, guys.
I want you, just saying, I want you to be happy. That's all that matters. Like for everyone, just wants people to be happy. Doesn't have to be religion, whatever. Yeah, whatever makes you happy. That's right. If you live within your means, there is no such thing as a cost of living crisis. My quote of the day, Rob said. So if you live within your means, there is no such thing as a cost of living crisis.
True.
He's got it's a good, nice quote.
But I mean, you know,
And
like,
then Reborn says, "The Matrix," with 2 fingers pointing at it.
We could be in the Matrix.
And Jess is saying true, Rob, to what he said.
True, yeah. Like if you can cut your expenses, but you would have to give up things. You know what I mean? People are so dependent on internets and TVs, and
I'll break it down for you, right? Let's just say I've got a kid that plays soccer because I know like soccer, right? And he wants internet, so they go to school, paying tuition. You got to feed them. Soccer, to register for soccer could be in excess
$500.
That's for little kids. Once you start getting a bit older, it could be up to $1,000 a year.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Taking them to training.
Yeah.
Twice a week and then a game, petrol. Taking them to school every day.
Yeah.
Like that's just on one kid.
Yeah, we got three.
Three.
Or four.
Four. One, like you said, like it's.
Yeah, it's hard, man. So you got to cut things back, like if you've got Foxtel that you don't watch,
and then like
get
you
rid
said,
of that.
the
You
kids,
gotta
exactly.
try to live beyond
and
under your means.
When we were young, listen, I'm not saying I didn't have I had Super Nintendo and things like that, but I had that. Do you know what I mean? I went outside. We went outside, rode our bike, kicked the ball, and that. The kids now want a mobile. They want a PlayStation. They want an iPad. They've gone just giving them a soccer ball and saying, go have fun, which could cost you $10. It's you got to get them an iPad. You got to get them internet. You got to get them a mobile. You got to get them a PlayStation. You got to get them a subscription for that.
Not even that. Now at school, right? They don't even use books anymore.
No, they use
a laptop.
And you got to buy them a laptop at the
or an iPad. And you got to buy that. The school doesn't provide that.
What cracks me up about that? And then when the kids are now this generation becoming adults, right? They're like, why is this kid's writing so unneat?
Yeah, because they've never written.
Yeah, because they've never fucking written because you made them have a laptop in school.
That's right.
And then you wonder when they got to go write why they don't have neat writing.
100%. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
If you make your costs low, you can live simply and be happy if you need to, Jess is saying. And then Champ says, Jess, could you say you're perfect? Nobody is perfect. You try to be better every day. That's the journey.
True.
That's what Champ says. And Jess says, yes, I just do it for myself. Internet and TV is now fairly basic, but to many parents want the latest gadgets, best house, the best car, holidays, etc. Work hard and work you and your way up to those things. That's what Rob is saying, which is true. Work your way up to
everyone wants the best life, right?
Of course.
Because it's so plastered everywhere that,
But I like Amanda's point here. Sorry to cut you off.
That's all right.
Amanda's your partner. She's saying, yeah, but why do they want those things? Because society tells them.
Correct. We get told on TV, this is what you should have.
Yep.
And like, want this. Everyone wants the brand new thing. That's a human nature, man, I guess.
Yep. And Reborn, you know what? Reborn just made a wicked point there, and he pulled me up on it. He goes, KP, can't send the kids down to the park anymore. Too many pedos about.
100%. There you go.
You know, when I was growing up, my dad was even saying it to me, mate, you didn't even need to lock the door at night.
No.
It was now you got fucking deadlocks, everything, because you know who the fuck's out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially like, and you know what? Now that things, like Amanda says it all the time, now that things are getting more expensive,
Yep.
more harder to live,
Yep.
people are more desperate.
Of course.
So what goes up? Crime rate goes up.
Of course.
So like,
because they know they're coming into your house.
Now that thing, house
Everyone
invasions.
knows pretty much every house they could break into now is going to have an iPad or a laptop or something.
100%.
Just no doubt about it.
So, if you work somewhere that is customer orientated, like a McDonald's or a supermarket, expect people to be stealing.
Yeah.
Because people are desperate and they can't afford to live. So that's what's scary as well. The crime rate's going to go up.
And then Jess said back to Reeves when he said that, she goes, yep, no babies for me. And then Rob says, think about it. One ball keeps 22 brackets soccer or 36 brackets footy kids busy. That's pretty cheap. Just one ball.
It does.
Get a ball and just keep them busy.
Yeah, like my son, he loves soccer, man. He's outside.
Yeah, but I'm saying you get one ball, you get the whole team. 2 teams play a game.
Yeah.
One ball.
Yeah, one ball.
He's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rob says, so don't believe the marketing crap, Amanda. He goes, we are independent thinkers. Yeah, I know, but some kids are so influenced. People are influenced. Not just kids. A lot of people just get influenced.
Everyone's influenced, man. Not everyone.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
But especially the new generation coming
course.
through are very influenced by the media and you know, like everyone wants the shiny stuff. Everyone wants the best house. You know, and look, there's nothing wrong with wanting the best, right? But you got to work hard for it.
That's right. They don't advertise BMX bikes on TV, Amanda's saying. And then the man himself, I just mentioned him, Healthy Nasty Kitchen, a.k.a. Giuseppe says,
Giuseppe!
Hey guys, how you going? We're very good, Giuseppe. How are you, mate?
I wonder with the cost of living, has the price of sourdough gone up?
Well, what did he say? A loaf of bread?
$8.
Well, he said all the work he puts into it is about $8.
About $8, yeah.
Which is, imagine back in the day, it wouldn't have been that much.
No, I mean, like, you know, it's a nice bread and it's probably worth that.
Yeah, of course.
Right? But a lot of people, people that are struggling wouldn't go buy a loaf of bread for $8.
100%.
Yeah. But it's bloody good bread, guys.
Yeah.
Check him out.
Yeah. Amanda says, I never said I did, Rob, about believing the media, the marketing crap. And then Jess says, a kid can't go on the computer these days without some creep trying to groom them even. Not about even sending them down the street.
That's right. So, you're vulnerable everywhere, man.
And then Reborn says, yep, Jess, that too.
Yeah.
And then Amanda saying to Rob, I'm saying what the kids see. And that's what kids are easily influenced. They come and say, oh, Dad, I want a PlayStation 5. It's there. You know, it's...
I mean, I want a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but you're an adult. You want to buy one, you want one, you could buy one. You know, a kid can't understand when you tell them no.
The problem is, other kids will get something and they're like, I want that.
Yeah.
Every kid growing up would have experienced that, I think.
And then Reborn says, just give him a book. And then Jess said, I've even heard about them grooming through Spotify these days. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
Apparently they send them messages and shit, like through...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cooked, man.
You got to be careful. Like, if they're on social media, you've got your kids on social media, you got to be careful what they're looking at. So...
Yeah.
When Andrea plays Fortnite, I have to be careful.
Of course.
Who he's talking to on there.
Rob says, sorry, Reeves, go with the kids and spend some quality time with them in the park. He goes, I get what you're saying, though. So glad I grew up in a country town in the 70s and 80s, he's saying. And then Jess is laughing. I don't have anything against digital toys. There just needs to be a fine balance, Amanda says. I don't care about the best as long as I'm having fun, Jess says. And then Reeves says, oh, definitely, Rob. Just finding the time in these days where we work ourselves to death, moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. Life is dictated by work, money, and stuff. And remember I said this, we live to work these days.
We're slaves.
100%. We live to work.
I know people don't like Andrew Tate, but he goes...
No, he's right.
The slave hasn't changed. We're all slaves. It's just done in a different way.
Yeah.
Everyone's still a slave. We're economic slaves because we work... If we didn't have to go to work and get a check, if money just came to us, different story. But we're not.
Yeah, 100%.
We're slaves, man. We're slaves to the banks.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And then Giuseppe says, unfortunately, is not the cost of living that's increased, but rather that the purchasing power that is reduced due to inflation.
Inflation, but inflation has risen the cost of living.
Yeah, that's right. And then Rob says, yeah, Reeves, balance. That's why money isn't everything, which you said earlier. Being there for your children, you get one chance to be there. One, make the most of it. And then Reborn says 100%. Jess says, I'm no slave with the devil. And then Giuseppe says, flour is almost the same price. It's the cost of production that has increased due to energy consumption.
Ah, there you go.
Flour hasn't changed, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, right, like, you know how the Roman Empire went down? All these empires have gone. Do you think this empire, we're ever going to collapse? Are we looking at a collapse?
But not in our lifetime.
No?
No, not in our lifetime, but because empires can last for centuries, can't they? It could.
Like, is this an empire? Would you say this is a
Something could happen
Western empire?
Something could happen where, like, we've spoken about it, and I'm not saying it's happening, like, something could happen that just cripples society, couldn't it? Like, something could happen. Like, that makes it post-apocalyptic, couldn't it? And then that empire's gone, isn't it?
It is.
When gold and money becomes of no value, the empire's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, it
When
is.
like you said, water is
It's
like gold.
Gold.
Like, you know, in Mad Max,
Yeah.
right? I know it's set in a dystopian world and that, but water is like
It's like gold.
gold, and
Yeah,
he uses it to keep those people as slaves. Gives them a little bit of water every day, not money, water. You know, imagine we're living in a world like that. It'd be the empire definitely would have fallen.
100%.
Like,
Anyway,
you know, it's crazy.
it is crazy, but I think one day it can't last forever.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree.
Can't
I agree.
like you know.
I'm a slave to music and whiskey. I volunteered, Rob says, to be a slave to music and whiskey. I like it. In 1916, you could buy 16 loaves of bread with $1. Now you need $8 to buy one, Giuseppe says.
Yeah.
And then Jess says, Brian Ferry, like The Last of Us GT is saying. That's what I'm saying. Something could happen that just causes the world to crumble, whether it's a la The Last of Us or, you know, something like that just...
Maybe the flood.
Exactly.
A big tidal wave
Just
takes out
don't know.
everything. Who knows? Well, they reckon that there's been other civilizations here before.
Yeah, but that's
Before
what I'm
us,
saying.
and
Like,
they've
so
been
we
wiped
don't
out,
know.
they've
I
been
just don't
wiped
think
out.
it'll happen in our lifetime. Might happen in our
Right.
kids, you know. I don't know. I'm just... But then again, I could be completely wrong. Like, you just...
Might be wiped out tomorrow. Who knows?
Exactly. Oh, wait. What's the slave to love, Jess says, and she's laughing. That's why this time away from work has been a curse and a blessing. Not as much money coming in, but have time with my son, take him, pick him up from school, and have that time together, Reborn saying.
That's
nice. Good, man.
That's
Value
really
that.
nice.
That's right. Most people say they want millions, but how many can handle it without being an absolute degenerate, just gambling and going for a drink every day? Look at those lottery winners, Champ is saying. Another good point. Yeah. I can tell you that the cost of a good house equals 2 years of an average person's salary. Now it's 5 to 7 times, Rob is saying, in the 70s verse now. So in the 70s, it was like 2 years of an average person. Now it's 5 to 7 times that.
Yeah.
That's fucking next level.
It's crazy.
I said Rob is good to have in the when you're talking about a topic like this. And then
100%,
Rob is saying
100%.
on your Reborn about that with your with your son, you know, enjoy it. Like you said, it's
You got to enjoy your
is
family, man.
that a bad situation for Reborn, health wise? You know, lost his job, but he's taken the positive out of it.
Yeah.
He's getting to spend time with his kid, like you said, and valuing that time
Yeah.
with him, which is good, man.
Yeah. Sometimes that is more valuable than yeah.
Definitely. Well, you mentioned it before. You said
valuable.
money isn't everything, is it?
It's not, but like you need it in this society. You need it.
You do. You need money.
Unfortunately, you need it, and you make a lot of sacrifices
Yeah.
for it. Like everyone sacrifices for money.
But there's
Right.
people that always want that more money, and is that more money going to make
By
you
the end
happy?
of the day, at the end of the day, when you are in your grave, you're not taking that money with you.
Is that money going to make you
So-
happier now? Let's just say you had, like Champ just said, let's just say you had $1 million right now.
I mean, I'd be content. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, but I'll still be as happy as I am right now. I'm happy.
I'm happy, man.
Like,
You gotta
I'm
be
just-
happy, bro. You know what? The struggles in life, like I guess they mold you in the character that you are.
Yeah,
You know, it makes you humble, I guess, in a way.
yeah.
People that are got
Spoon fed,
fed,
of course.
they-
Bruv, now you work 25 years for a house that's smaller than the house you buy in 2 years in the 70s. Yeah, that's what Rob's saying. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, it's 5 to 7 times that now, like the income you need to buy
Yeah,
a house that's
it's
just
ridiculous.
an
now.
average. That's what he's saying. An average house, where an average house in the 70s was a house with a huge yard. An average house now is a little fucking matchbox, if you want to put it into context.
That's right.
I'll be right back, guys. Reeves says, no worries, Reeves. On your Rob, can't live a day without listening to lots of music, GT's saying. Yeah, that's true. No point being the richest person in the cemetery, Rob says. What you said when you're...
That's right. So you gotta look. Obviously, there's a balance you gotta find with money and stuff, and your family and that. But I think the times that you spend with your family is the most
Yeah, of
important.
course, man.
So-
Your loved ones.
Because they're the ones that love you, man. They're the ones that you're
That's
gonna
right.
be with. So, when my mate Sandro passed, he just was just
He's
so
gone.
it was
And
gone.
he's gone. Yeah.
And just knowing that he couldn't even get to say goodbye. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
so always
Happens
cherish
with all of
those-
them. You know how many times I think back and I'm like,
Cherish the moments.
even like with my, let's say my Bapu, I'm like, he's been Ged for over 10 years now, and I'm like, it's like yesterday I remember seeing him every day.
Yeah. It's like my papa too,
Yeah,
man.
of course, man. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's
gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
I know. But, you know, if you believe in, you know, life after death, then really they're not gone. So,
Yeah.
and I do believe in that.
Champ says, yeah, now everyone in an apartment building that have 700 people in it, and you have to rent the parking for $100 to $300 as well. So you got to rent your building, you got to rent your dwelling where he is in Europe, and then you got to rent the parking spot as well.
That's ridiculous.
Fucking stupid, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but
And then Jess is saying that's insane.
But
Yeah,
do they get taxed like we do though? That's the question too. Like,
I-
does it like even out? Do you know what I mean?
I think Jess is saying you're in Sydney. I think he's in Europe. Doesn't said where in Europe, but Europe.
Do you know what I mean? Like, does it even out? Because they might have to pay this more.
Of
But
course.
then they might not get taxed like we do.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what I mean? 'Cause we get taxed a shitload.
We
as
do,
we
yeah.
have said it
Yeah.
tonight.
Rob says, so participate in life. Don't watch from the sidelines waiting and wondering. Prioritize the cash in these times of higher cost of living.
That's right. So if you're smart with your money and you invest in things that are gonna be long-term investments, then you gotta be smart. Like we were talking about crypto the other day.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Yeah.
new asset class. I know people don't like crypto, and you can say whatever you want. I still believe in it. Still gonna, you know, no one believed in the .com. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
Yeah.
And what did they do when the .com came?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
There was
of course.
there was the war on terror.
Yeah.
Now it's the war in Ukraine. This will be
Yeah.
probably another war with China. It's all happening, man. Crypto is here to stay, and like all I'm saying is, if you invest your money in the right stuff,
Yeah, of
then
course.
you can be good.
Of
But
course.
you know, a lot of people miss out on investing in those kind of stuff, so because they don't trust it.
Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I mean?
Well, no one trusts anything new, do they? No one likes a new...
No, and it's brand new, man. It's brand new, and they've seen it fall and do this.
No one likes...
Still there.
Hey,
It's gonna be there.
no one
I'm telling
likes
you
the
now.
new kid on the block.
Nah, no.
If that's how you want to put it. Jess was saying, because Jess lived in Sydney for a bit, that's why she said she's saying it's like that in Sydney too with the spaces. And then Rob said a car space in Sydney CBD can sell for 150K plus. Just a car space. Imagine in New York.
George Costanza, which
Yeah,
is double
remember
park.
George Costanza? That was in 1995 that season. And remember,
He was double park.
no, but remember when he got the car park for $100 a month or something, and then
Yeah.
he got double parked in.
Yeah, he did.
Imagine now how much that, and that would be a lie. Imagine a car park, a space in New York. What are you paying for that space?
Nah. See, in Adelaide, we're very close to all this because we're such a small
Yeah.
city. But you know, in years to come, we'll probably see that kind of stuff.
Jess
happening.
is saying, I just want to travel, but it's not smart at the moment because of our dollar and that. Didn't Bitcoin go up a fair bit recently?
Yeah, so Bitcoin just went up. It's going up at the moment, but
Yeah.
I think it's
Nothing to like it was.
Oh
last
no, like
year.
it's $37,000.
So at the start of last year, didn't it hit 80?
Yeah.
AU.
Yeah.
80,000
About
AU.
nearly 40,000.
So it's about halfway to what it actually is.
Yeah.
Its peak.
But I think it's gonna crash again.
Yeah, I think it
The
will.
governments don't like it, so
No.
they're gonna crash it. I know that the US government have a whole heap of Bitcoin,
Yeah, of course they do.
and they're gonna get everyone scared, and they're gonna crash it, and
Of course
then
they do.
but doesn't mean that crypto's gone. I'm telling you now, it's still gonna be
it's
there. If you just hold on,
No, it's
just
not.
hold. Don't worry about what happens.
Just hold. If you've got crypto,
Just hold.
Just
hold.
Just hold it. That's
Now,
right.
if you're smart enough and you can take out and then pull in,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be
If you
careful
know how to
doing that.
read the market,
If
and
you can read the
do it-
market, you can make money on the downs and that. But this is not financial advice, though. But
Yeah.
definitely, Bitcoin's gone up.
Hey.
But it's going to crash soon. Trust me, it will crash very. But not just Bitcoin, everything's going to crash.
Yeah.
Even the stock market will
I
crash.
forgot what that stupid saying was that I used to say. Guys, we're not crypto or financial experts. We're just two guys sitting on a couch shooting the breeze.
That's it. That's it.
Rob says, Jess, Australia has some amazing places about like travel. And then Jess says, I want to get out of here, a new culture. And she's saying we have been traveling here the past few years, just around here. Yeah. Yeah, champ. I suspect in regional France, Italy, Germany, Belgium, etc. Oh yeah, because he said with 150k you can get a farmhouse in Portugal, and then Rob said, yeah, I suspect the same for regional France, Italy, Germany, Belgium.
Yeah.
And then Rob says, Jess, what about New Zealand? Travel to Cambodia. And Jess says, nah, not super hyped about New Zealand. Europe, anywhere, or New York City? Yes. I hear mixed reviews about Cambodia, unsure. Rob says, Jess, Dubrovnik, Greek islands, or Portugal?
I might be going to Greece this year.
Oh, we may.
Maybe.
Not 100% sure about Cyprus, but we're not sure.
I might be going just for like a few weeks, just because my grandfather's bones are coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
Because where he's from, they don't keep him in the ground; they put him in
Yeah.
there. So I've never went to his funeral.
Yeah.
And grew up with him. So
Yeah.
So I might be going, but yeah, the Aussie dollar has gone up. So
Yeah.
So it's good. It's actually better to travel now at the moment. I think it's gone up a bit.
I reckon GT23 he was trying to coax me into doing the Watcher because he said, hello, 657 HFD.
Can you do the watch? Please, just one.
France countryside is beautiful, but it's super hard to get residency if you want to stay more than 3 months, Champ says. GT23 says, go to Japan, Jess. It's the best. And Jess says, I want to GT or South Korea.
I'd love to go to Japan.
Japan's wild.
Yeah.
It's like a Asian New York.
I mean, I love my Japanese cars. And
there'd be just skylines everywhere.
Oh yeah, I'd love it.
Imagine all the blow-off valves you'd be hearing. Just everywhere. Like,
I think it's that.
No, it wouldn't
extreme,
be.
But,
it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I'd love to go to just to see what it's like. I heard it's pretty cool.
You could rock up there and go, hello, 657 Boulevard.
Hi.
I am the Watcher. You know when we made that short of me doing it, that short went off.
It's the best, man. I am the Watcher.
GT23, everyone I've spoken to who has been to Japan absolutely loved it. On my list, Rob says, what? It is good. What? Jess says, what? It is good. I'm confused now. What? And then GT says, come on, KP. He's trying to coax me into doing it. I think they're all just saying Japan's good, I think.
Japan is...
Will they make a season 2 of The Watcher? Is there going to be a season 2?
Could be.
The way it ended, it made me want to bang my head against the wall. Didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't that it wasn't great. It's that she was obsessed with it now. Yeah. He was obsessed with it. You didn't find out who the Watcher was. I was like, what?
I am the Watcher.
It's the best. Oh, the AU dollar. And I'm not... Jess is saying, what? Is the AU dollar good now? It's still...
I think it's gone up. It's gone up.
But not. I don't think much. It's still not good to what it was, a couple of years ago or even last year.
I think it's gone up to what it was. I reckon it's past the 70
I gotta look, yeah.
I think it's past the 70-cent mark, but...
Yeah, but we're going... Last year it was at like 77, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yeah, but it went down to like 60.
Yeah, it went down. But it's still... Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying for like current times, it's gone...
Yeah.
It's gone up at the moment.
Yeah, but that's what's special there that other places don't have, Champ is saying. About France, you're saying? Champ, I shall refer you to GT23.
GT23.
He's been twice to Japan, GT has.
He's a GT guy.
He is. He probably had a
GTR.
GTR. That's probably where his name's come from. You will keep going back, I'm telling you, GT reckons. And then Jess says, about the dollar. Yeah, I think it's up to about 70 cents, which isn't... It was 68, I think, last week. Yeah. Listen, I don't know. That's considered going up, but it's not up much, put it that way.
I don't know what it is at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah. It's hard when we're talking about cost of living and everyone's talking about traveling.
Well, it's connected.
For you, if you go on a holiday now, let's say you and Amanda want to go on a holiday, how many of you have to go?
All of us.
You, Amanda,
kids,
2 boys,
and probably the 1 girl.
And 1 girl. But what if you wait till next year? If you wait till next year,
the older girl could come as well.
If you wait till next year, could it just be you, Amanda, and the 2 boys?
No, but we want to take them all.
Yeah, no, you want to, but I'm saying, could you?
I mean,
what if they didn't want to go? What if the 2 girls didn't want to go?
Yeah, that's fine. They could stay.
They could stay.
But it's still expensive.
But now, so let's just say minimum would be 3 kids.
Minimum.
Yeah.
And it's like, prices of airfares have gone up.
Yeah,
so you're looking at $3,000.
What I don't get is why don't they just put airfares down and everyone will travel and then all the economies will prosper?
Because it's all part of the evil plan.
They just put there was no like they just put the airfares down. Everyone would travel.
It's all part of the plan, man.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah,
Probably is, but you know
airfares are so expensive. GT is saying
they are. So, but if I go to Greece this year, I'll probably be by myself for like 3 weeks.
Isn't it much cheaper to go to some countries in Asia than go to Brisbane? Rob is saying, and I think he's right.
Well, when I used to live in Perth, we used to go to Bali.
Yeah,
I flew to Bali for like
yeah, of
what's
course.
$300
Because right there.
to one. No, not one way. There and back.
Well, dude,
It was more expensive for me to come home and visit people in Adelaide
of
than it was
course.
to go to Bali. Man.
From here to Bali is like 11-hour flight,
It was
right?
only 3 hour
You
flight.
know, from here, yeah, but 8 hours of it is going across Australia.
I know. I just can't believe it. Like, I was
I know,
like,
it's
why is it so
crazy.
cheap to go to Bali, but I can't even go
know.
to my own. I can't
I
go.
know.
I can't even travel within my own country. It's more expensive. It's bullshit.
Jess is saying about traveling, not so much about. She's saying about because the dollar, when you're transferring your dollar now, you're not going to get as much money because our dollar's not that good. Yeah, which is true. The most stable currency is the Swiss franc and the Singaporean dollar, but the most tradable is the US dollar. Champ says, "Oh, airfares will go down." Jess is saying, "Qantas making so many planes right now." There you go. No kidding, Chris. That's the deal. With 4 children, you chose that family setup. Stop complaining, Rob says.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah,
going
but
to
I
go
didn't.
down again.
I didn't know that price was going to skyrocket like they are now. So
This cracks me up the most. I'll read you the next bunch of chats. Jess says, ROFL, Rob. Right? And then Rob says, what's ROFL? And Jess says, rolling on the floor laughing. Fucking hell. That's the...
no, but hey, wait.
no,
wait,
but
wait.
that's the best sequence of chat I've ever seen. Ruffle. What's Ruffle?
It'd be good if we had the chat up there.
I
man.
know, that'd be wild.
But no, like,
Man.
yeah, you know, fair enough. Like, you know, I chose that, but like, I didn't know
At the
that
time.
at the time,
yeah.
and we were going to be paying all this money. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like how expensive it is.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Cheaper
So-
than going to Rottnest. What's Rottnest?
Rottnest is an island of Perth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you could
Kangaroo,
say,
yeah.
oh no, it's closer than Kangaroo Island. You can actually see it from Perth. like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Rob needs a nap tonight, Amanda said. I loved the what's Ruffle. That whole sequence was wild.
it was wild.
Ruffle, what's Ruffle? It's wicked, man.
Ruffle.
That's the best. That's so good.
Well, we're coming to the end, eh? It's nearly 9 o'clock.
We are, man.
We're nearly at 2 hours.
We started a bit earlier, so, you know,
We'll wait. We'll go past 9,
Yeah.
and then
so Chris could get home and, you know.
yeah,
Listen,
guys.
guys, we've got 11 viewers and we've had it's been very consistent all night. There's only 8 likes. What's going on? You know what? Krillin's probably watching and not liked. Terrible.
100%. Come
Well,
on, guys.
you
Give
know
us
what?
some likes.
One of them's probably us. We're watching here and haven't liked it.
Can you like it on there?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
It was us. Wait, one of them was us.
Oh, you bastard.
All
yeah.
around the world, when you travel with US dollar, it's so easy to convert. Imagine trying to do that with the Swiss franc. Yeah, that's true. I know what you mean. Australian dollar's pretty easy to convert too, I'd say.
Yeah.
Australian dollar would be. Maybe not as easy as US.
Well,
but-
now you can buy things with crypto.
Yeah, I know.
You know, people are buying stuff with crypto now.
Yeah.
So,
Jess just said I liked as well.
oh, thanks, guys.
There
Thanks
you
for
go.
liking.
Sorry, just liked, GT said. Come on, guys. You got to like straight away, you know.
You do.
Listen, when they were telling me I needed to know about algorithms in school, I was saying to him, what's an algorithm? But right now, we want the algorithm to help us.
You know what's funny, man? About tonight, we've been talking about all this kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
like, there's been 0 sports questions.
It's good.
It's great.
We've brought up sports in regards to, like when we said about how much money they get and stuff, but it was to do with our topic.
It
Yeah,
was.
It was
So
good.
It's actually quite
It
nice.
was good. And Reborn just flexed his...
Reborn's massive.
Because he's back. He's back.
He's massive.
He's back. I'm surprised he didn't come in and go, hello, 657 Boulevard. I like The Watcher, though. Listen, talking about shows, not to upset Reborn, because it's based in England this time, very disappointed in the new season of You.
I didn't mind it. I like the. I
Nah,
haven't
but
seen.
as compared to the other seasons,
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of the new season. Amanda liked it.
not compared to the. If you were
They-
comparing season 4 to season 1, it's like.
I didn't like. I liked the twist at the end. You
But-
know.
Yeah, no, but why did they make it like a murder mystery now? It's like not even you anymore.
Yeah, true.
You's meant to be obsessed with the person, and
Yeah, true.
it's weird. Anyway,
Yeah, you're right. You're
just
right.
wanted to put that in.
Maybe he does become
Yeah.
obsessed. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
But and The Last of Us was only good. The last. Don't tell me about it.
Listen, I knew it was going to happen because I've played the game, and it's a powerful moment, the final scene, because it was powerful in the game. Yeah.
So it was still a good ending.
Oh yeah, it was. The game was.
Oh,
it was real
it was.
good. Yeah.
I'll maybe watch that tonight with Amanda if she's not going to
Yeah.
sleep.
Reeves says, yeah, it was a bit tame. First 2 seasons were the best. Jess, good. I was going to say, why haven't you liked? Jess says, you just focus on not sinning, and they're all laughing. And Champ in the Making says, Jess, don't worry about it. I multitask like AI. And then Chris C put, was that you?
Yeah.
They just put, how'd you do that so cool? I was looking down. I didn't see you.
You can see it, man.
Yeah.
You're too busy.
Yeah.
You're too busy looking good.
And then Jess says, impressive for a bloke, because he's saying I can multitask. That's true. Most men, we can't multitask.
We do struggle a bit, that's for sure.
I can't watch season 2 of Last of Us. If you know, you know. Absolutely. I'm with Reeves. Because no one liked the second game. Because of what happens in the second game. So,
I never played second game, so I got no idea.
well, listen, sorry to give it away. Joel dies like 10 minutes into the game.
That's bullshit.
So, and everyone's going to hate that, aren't they?
Yes.
And that's why everyone hated the game.
That's the whole fucking story, man.
And that's why everyone hated the game. And Reeves is saying, if you know, you know, and it's 100% true.
How could they do that?
Yeah, I knew when I found
I'm
out.
upset now.
No, but when I
I've
found out it was happening, I was like, I'm not playing it. I didn't play it because everyone was like that. Reeves, I'm saying, is the same. They were like, nah, not playing it. No, Joel, no.
I reckon the people that do the show should change
Yeah,
it.
change it. Leave Joel alive.
Yeah. Joel's
He's
wild.
wild, man. He is.
I guess it brings.
And then Jess said, oh my God, Last of Us is so good. Yeah, the first season's been amazing because, listen, the first game
was the best.
was one of the best RPGs
100%.
ever made. It was
Yeah,
one
it
of the
was.
best games ever made. It was.
You know what came out?
And Jess is saying, I can't watch Joel die. There you go.
I don't know if you're a big fan, but John Wick 4 just came out.
I've only seen the first one, and I liked it.
It's good.
By no means is not that I'm not a fan. I just, yeah, me and Jess want to watch them. Yeah, but I love the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My brother George loves them.
Yeah, number 4 came out, so I want to go see it.
It scared me, man. I stopped playing after that. Reeb said, and he goes, but I understand why it happened. But yeah, it's just no one wanted Joel to die. You know.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No.
It's-
I mean, I've never seen it, but yeah, just knowing that now, it just
It's terrible. It makes you
me
like-
upset.
How are they going to do that? What are they going to do? Bring him in for one episode? What are they going to do? What? He's a star.
He's probably struggling with the cost of living. That's what I got.
He's like, I can't afford these quadriceps anymore. Fucking all this medication
jeez.
for this pandemic.
Oh gosh.
Thanks, KP. Never played the game. Never heard of it. Spoiler alert, maybe. That's for season 2, man. Season 1, that doesn't happen. Season 2, if they ever make, if they ever make a season 2.
Did we say spoiler alert before?
We probably didn't. But listen, watch season 1, man. That doesn't happen in season 1, GT. Season 1 is
no.
amazing. I'm talking about if they ever make a season 2. I spoiled it for you, sorry. So, and then Jess says, oh, fuck.
Sorry about that, guys.
Haven't you seen a guy arguing with his boss on the phone on a speaker and driving perfectly? Normal guys are great with multitasking. You know what? Me and Jess, so I'll put it on that. Me and Jess watched the show. It was called 100 People or something. It was on Netflix and they were getting all these, they just had people doing things. And there was an episode where they had all the women hitting this button and multitasking, right?
Yeah.
And all the women could do it, right? They were hitting a button and asking them their favorite foods, and all the women are going, "Duh." And when they had the men doing it, they're going, oh. The men couldn't multitask, bro. And they were averaging it out with 100 men, 100 women. The men couldn't do it.
So you know how, like, you know, I always say that, you know, men are good at some things.
Yeah.
And women are better at some things.
Women are way better at
And that-
multitasking.
And that multitasking,
100%.
they're better.
Dude, it showed you in that show factually that 1 out of 100 men could actually multitask, and even that one guy couldn't do it as good as the women.
No.
They were going like this. I'm telling you, man. They were going.
You see, like my
And
mum,
all it was hitting a button, answering your 5 favorite
like
foods.
your mum, like is cooking this, doing that,
Yeah.
doing that. Like when they're cooking something, like recipes, I find it like really hard to do because like you
Yeah.
got to do this at this time, and like they're really good. Like my mum was really good at that.
Yeah,
Amanda's
of
good
course,
at that.
of course.
I can't do that.
Jess is good at that.
I
Like,
can't do that.
Yeah,
shit,
no.
man.
I have watched season 1. Yeah, now season 1's wild, man. And that's what Reeb said. I'm interested if they do a season 2, who will play Abby. So the thing about her is
I didn't like
she's
that.
got to be. Yeah, but you've pretty much got to hate her. They've got to get an actress that can make you hate her, like for season 2. Because Abby, she's the one that kills Joel in the game. Spoiler alert. But no, but that's what.
I love how you said spoiler.
No, but
afterwards.
they've got to get an actress that
Which
you.
one's Abby again, man?
She's not in season 1. She comes in Last of Us 2.
right.
She comes in number 2. But they've
But
got
is Ellie in it?
Ellie's in it. She's the main character. She will be
Yeah.
in season 2.
Yeah, yeah.
But they've got to get Abby, the protagonist, not the protagonist, the enemy, and you've got to hate her. So they've got to make an actress that can really make you.
I'm not a big fan of Ellie, the
actress?
actress. I don't think she's an Ellie.
I liked her. I think she did well, man.
You reckon?
It's just because she doesn't look like her. Is that what it is?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. She doesn't look like Ellie in the game, but you're not going to get everyone right, are you?
I think they had someone before that looked exactly like her.
Did they? But was she as good an actress, though?
I don't know.
You know that scene in the bit when that guy was trying to. Spoiler alert.
I haven't seen the last episode.
No, not the last episode. The one when they're in the snow.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cannibals.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was going to rape her.
Yeah.
The acting, she was good acting. In
She
that
wasn't.
one.
She was good.
The
in that
way
one.
she
yeah,
did it at the
yeah,
end,
it was
that was
good. It was
fucking
good.
great acting.
That was a
by
good
her.
episode. That one.
That was one of the best.
Yeah. They've been all good. The one that I didn't like was the one where they were like with a friend. You know, when they were with a friend
Yeah.
in the arcade.
Yeah, that
I didn't like that one.
that was the worst episode of the show.
Yeah.
It was.
It wasn't bad.
No, I'm
but-
not saying it was bad, but it was the worst one.
Yeah,
If you were rating them out of 10, that was the
was.
least.
It
I agree.
100%.
And then Jess says, "Oh my God, KP." She's laughing because I said spoiler alert.
You said it
Yeah,
afterwards.
she's cracking up. Sorry. I'm okay at multitasking. Am I a girl? Can you call me she/her now? If you don't, I'm going to Karen you, Reeves says. Oh my God.
Reeves is not.
Isn't
that's not-
F1 multitasking? You adjusting the gear ratios while changing gears and going 209. I don't think it is, champ, because F1 is still just driving. It might be doing a couple, like it's like changing gears and steering.
Yeah,
It's
it's
still
different.
no, but it's still you're still all encapsulated in driving. It's not just. Can you? You know that's why people have accidents, because can you drive and cook at the same time? A woman probably could. A man can't.
Nah.
Could you make an espresso and drive? And listen, I'm not saying
I'm not saying men can't multitask.
no, but I'm telling you that show we watched proved
they're
that
better
men,
at it. Yeah, they're
mate,
much better at it.
every single one of the men struggled at it.
Yeah.
And even the one that could do it good didn't do it as good as the women, because they can multitask, bro. Whatever the reason is, I don't know.
We get distracted as well.
We do,
with other
man.
things.
Ha ha ha! Spoiler alert! After the fact, GT's saying, everyone's laughing at me. Ellie really grew on me. GT saying, I agree with that. At first, I wasn't sure about it, and I think it's because she doesn't look like her, like you said. But yeah, that episode, the way she acted in that one when the cannibals
it was
and that,
good. It was good.
fuck, she was good in that. Like when he grabbed her and she was just,
Yeah.
it was really good, man.
It's a good show. I
it's
think
great.
Pedro plays him fucking awesome. Joel.
Yeah. Listen, spoiler alert. I'm just going to read Reeves' comment now. He goes, well, seeing as KP has spoiled the whole thing, now, the guy Joel kills in the hospital, the surgeon, this is what the whole story of Last of Us 2 is. If you remember the game, the guy Joel kills is her dad. And she comes back 5 years later. That's what Last of Us 2 is about.
The surgeon.
Yeah, the surgeon that was going to operate. When you've played the game, you'll see it in the end.
Yeah.
That's what it's not giving away anything, but someone he kills is her dad, and she comes back and wants revenge. That's what number 2 is about.
This is why you don't get KP to talk about spoilers.
Yes, that's true.
He spoils everything.
He does. It's okay. We all have our strengths, Jess is saying, and laughing it. Listen, it's fact. It's everyone has their strengths.
Everyone,
That's
hey,
what-
of course.
It's multitasking. Can you do the pat your head and rub your tummy? See?
Obviously, you can.
Yeah, I can do it, but I've practiced it. So rub your tummy and pat your head. See, it's hard, isn't it? It's multitasking. Look at you, and you're even going like this on time. Oh man,
Am I doing?
sort of. Yeah, but see what I mean? That's a simple multitask, isn't it?
It's hard.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you actually adjust the gear ratios and how hard is the brakes while you're driving, not just braking.
I'm not saying
gears.
it's not hard.
Oh,
It
listen,
would be
F1
hard.
is next level. It'd
be hard, but
yeah.
they're trained, man.
Yeah, of
These
course.
guys are trained.
Of course. Oh, you know, fit and that you have to
And
be
they're
able to
fit,
drive
and
an F1 car.
that's what they do, man, all every day.
That's right.
You can't compare that.
No. They even had Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear one episode, and he was driving an F1 car. And there's a guy that test drives Lamborghinis and that on a daily basis. He was saying, he goes, I can't get my brain to tell me, he goes, the brakes are so good. He goes, a Grand Prix car has to brake 100 meters closer than a normal car because the brakes are so good. He goes, but I can't get my brain to tell me to do it. He goes, because I'm so scared.
Right.
He goes, because a Lamborghini will brake up here, 100 meters away. He goes, an F1 car can just come to a stop like that. He goes, I can't get my brain to tell me to do it. He goes, because I'm so scared.
Yeah. But I don't think that would be multitasking. More reaction.
It's reactional. Yeah.
Reaction time.
Yeah.
That's what they'd be looking at because they're reacting to everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Where multitasking, I think, is...
Yeah, of course.
It does have that element, but yeah, it's different.
GT's saying about the comment I read for how Reeves was saying, he says, la, 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 I'm not listening, covering his ears. Jess puts a smiley face that's melting. But, listen, guys.
It's been a good show.
It was a real good show. Thank you to Jess for the topic. And listen, we've been asking everyone, please, guys, anyone that's in the Discord, Reeves has done it a few times. We want you GTs in there. Put some topics in there for us.
Yeah.
And like you've noticed tonight, we're obviously not going to talk about it for the whole show, but put a topic in there for us, and we'll do it.
I reckon everything we talked about tonight stemmed from that.
Of course. But yeah, listen, GT, you're in there. Reeves is in there. Jess is in there. Anyone that's in there.
Amanda.
I mean, damn, we haven't seen Damn tonight.
I think Dam's at his church.
Yeah,
tonight.
probably. But you know what I mean? Like, put some topics in there for us, and we'll make those topics. We want, that's our community. You're our community.
That's right, guys.
So,
no. Thanks for coming in, guys. Look, as I said, we have a lot of things happening this week. We've got AFL. We've got the AFL watch along happening on Friday. So if you are into AFL and want to see KP
and John
enjoy the game, I know that KP won't enjoy it, but
no, listen. Me being there is comic relief. It's hilarious.
That's right.
Listen, Matt, I've always said I'm a football fan. I just don't like where football's gone.
Yeah, it's fair
I think
enough.
it's taken away from. But I know everyone loves it. That we've got fans that love it, and in the end, it's going to be me and John doing a podcast because we're going to admit it. Both of us don't really care about either team.
Well, I might join you guys.
Yeah, Chris might join us on a
live stream,
on a little
box.
But none of us really care about those teams. But we're doing it because the boys have said that we want to do a lot of watch-alongs this year. Which Friday nights want to try to do a Friday night thing.
Yeah, every Friday night we'll try to do it. So guys, make sure you tune in onto that night. And
there might be even some nights where we do our actual podcast on a Friday night while we're watching the game, if it's not a game we care about, and just things like that. But yeah, there's a lot happening.
Guys, make sure if you want to go in the footy tips, if you're not already in there.
Yeah, I can bring that up again, and it's in the Discord, it's in the description. That's the link there. Please join. We've got 18 people in it, I think. So $180 up for grabs.
Yeah, so you got to pay $10. You can pay it straight to my account. I've put that in there's a post I've put on Discord. There's a post on where else is that post? So on YouTube as well. Put it on YouTube. So and my account details are there. So just pay the $10 to that account, and once you've done that, I mean you can still start playing. But yeah,
you know what I want just. Because he's in England, I just want Reeves to join. Because imagine he wins it, he could just give us shit forever. We could never live that down.
Reeves, if you want to join...
If he joined it and won...
He probably would.
No, but I would never let John live that down. Especially John.
Yeah, you wouldn't want
Nah, not if Reeves joined it and won.
Well, Reeves joined. I mean, it's there, so it's just
Mate,
$10.
I
don't know what
would
that
never
converts
let any of us, even me, and I'm not as into it. We could never live that down.
Yeah.
That would be fucking.
Well, if you want to do it, Reeves,
I'm not saying you have to.
You can
but
pay the $10 through PayPal. Cause
yeah,
I know that it does exchange it. So
yeah. Listen, I'm not saying
we can organise that. So
I'm not saying it has to. I'm just saying it'd be so funny. But and GT23 says, and no Talk Sports. Well done, he said about tonight about the show. And then he says, "Yay, Talk Sports on Friday because it's be a sports show." Exactly.
There you go, guys.
Listen, guys.
I like that.
On the Friday night, obviously everyone knows that I'm, the other type of football, soccer. Any questions there you want to ask about anything? Man United, anything you ask on that night, that's there.
Yeah, that's right. And also,
sorry, go.
And also Johnny's bet thing as well.
Yeah, I'll bring that up in one moment. I'll just read the rest of the chats and I'll bring that up. You actually adjust how hard the brakes work and the gear ratios that change how the gears change independently from the steering wheel. Just like that's like Chris said, they're trained athletes.
And they're trained, and it's a reaction thing. I don't think it's multitasking like what we're saying. It's
that's
different.
right. Jess says, "Have a great week." All Reborn says, "I don't have $10 to give yous all." And then GT says, "Come on, Reeves." And Champ joined. 2 people from Europe. Imagine they did better than us. It'd be terrible.
Oh yeah, Champ should join too.
And then GT23 says, "Don't worry, he'll beat me." He reckons he'll beat him. He goes, "He'll beat him." Oh, listen. I by no means am saying I'll do good. And that's why I didn't let John live it down that I did better than him last year. Because
last year we had our own tipping going.
We did.
Yeah, there was no money on this.
So I'll bring that up again, guys, for anyone that wants to follow it. And listen, Reeves, obviously you don't know about AFL and that. Anyone that wants to follow it, John is going to be doing the 10K in 10 bets challenge, and he's going to be doing it all on footy. You don't need to know anything about footy. I'll bring it up. You just need to follow his bet.
What a face.
So yeah, you can go on sports bet, whatever, and just follow his bets. So you can just bring up AFL on your sports bet. And John will be putting on the TikTok, and Chris is going to try his hardest to download them and put them on YouTube as well. So we can have them on all of our platforms. It's wild. But yeah, all you got to do is try follow that. If you've got $10 to spare, you might be able to. And then you might get to a 2,000 or something and think, I'm keeping it and not going anymore.
Yeah, that's right. So you don't have to follow. If you think that 2,000 is enough, you can, Yeah. But, you don't have to start with $10. You can start with $2.
You can start with $1. Yeah, $2 and try it, build it up.
That's right. So, I mean, if we get to $5,000, you'd be like, shit, should I put the 5K on?
Exactly. Reborn says, boss-eyed Johnny G. Johnny G must be busy at work, man. He didn't join in. He goes, he said, I'll see you in the chat. I wonder what happened.
I don't know. I hope he's all right.
I wonder what happened, because he legit said to me, I'll see you in the chat. I haven't seen him.
I'm not sure, but maybe
they're busy.
He can watch the replay.
We'll make him watch it.
We'll
force him.
force him.
Well, yeah, guys. So definitely be me. Yeah, we'll join it, Jess. She said you're joining. We can start with whatever. It's called 10K because you start with $10. So we will join it. Yeah.
So it's 10K. So it's in 10 bets. So you start with $10.
Yeah. We'll join in it. We'll follow his bets.
If you start with $10 and you go 10 bets all the way, it's $10,000.
And what we'll get him to do as well, I guess, is we'll tell him maybe to put it in the Discord as well. Yeah,
we should do it.
Some people don't have TikTok. Some people don't have.
If we all win $10,000, we should all combine it and just buy a big HFD studio.
That'd be wild. Huh? That'd be wicked. Yeah, so we'll get John to put them in the Discord as well for people that aren't on TikTok and stuff. So that way you can follow it.
Yeah, we put them in there too. Yeah, so.
It's easy. He can just copy and paste it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah,
but
and I think he's gonna start. He said maybe he might start round 1, but round 1's a bit.
It's a bit hard round 1 because no one knows
how
doing.
good the teams are in that. So he said he'll definitely
start
next week.
Round two.
So yeah.
And then if we do lose, then he'll go again.
Yeah, he's gonna keep trying.
He's gonna keep trying to get to 10,000. Thanks for coming in, guys. We had a great podcast. If you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Jess goes, you might want to explain it better. Yeah, we explained it at the start. So what it is you put. If you start with $10, you go for double odds, and within 10 bets time, so if whatever you win, you put on the next bet, and then whatever you win, it doubles. You put on the next bet, and because it's starting with $10, the end of it is meant to be 10,000 because it's double odds. And if you start with $1, the end of it will be 1,000. If you start with
two to 1 odds.
Yeah, it's 2 to 1 odds.
So you'll probably multi up like something that's really
Odds on.
Odds on,
Odds on.
and it's gonna add up to 2 to 1. So, it's very likely that it's gonna come through.
And actually, a lot of people do this. John got the idea from someone doing it on TikTok.
Yeah, they're doing it on the basketball bets. They're doing 10K in 10 days.
In 10 days, because basketball's played every day.
$10, yeah.
Footy, it might be over 4 or 5 weeks, but, mate, you know, if you can win something, you win. Reborn says, buy me a plane ticket. And he's laughing.
Well, you might better buy it yourself.
Mate. Yeah, because you're going to have 10 grand. Yeah, exactly. Oh, guys, well, it was real good.
It was real good. Make sure you subscribe, guys.
Make sure you like, share, comment.
Let everyone know about all the good things that we do.
Definitely tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Share us to everyone. And
we had a good time.
Thank you, everyone in the chat tonight. The chat was really good tonight. It was
really good.
Interactive. And
yes, we'll see you guys Friday night.
Yeah, we definitely will see you Friday night. Yeah, so
enjoy your Thursday. Have a good Thursday, and stay hunky. We'll see you soon.
Having a good night, guys. See you later.
See you guys.
You